Sorry, everyone. Ran into some very, very weird computer troubles for this one. Hello and welcome to Flat Cap Bureau Talk. Just been kind of hectic. Tried to make a bit of grocery shopping and whatnot, and just got back a bit late. And then the computer crashed on me. Just been a bit of just weird afternoon. I'll tell you that. Just been a bit of a weird afternoon. But we're going to be watching Atletico versus Liverpool. It is going to be in Madrid for this one, and I'm very, very excited for it because I love a bit of that Diego Simeone suit, and also a bit of the a bit of the shithousery as well, also of Atletico Madrid. But I'm going to share the lineups with you. I apologize, I was very much ready, and then the computer just crashed on me for this one. But hopefully, you can stick with me. As always, it's going to be a very, very casual watch along. It's just probably going to be me this time. A few people I think we're going to join me, but I think they've run into some trouble for it. So I think I might just take this alone this time, unless maybe David were to join me later. But I think you'll hopefully do with me for this one, and I think it'll be fine. Just turn down the volume, and hopefully we can stay in sync for this. But everybody, I do love me a bit of Atletico. I do love me a bit of Diego Simeone, especially. I'm pretty sure that Jurgen Klopp is not the biggest fan of Diego Simeone. Let's go through the lineups though quickly. It is going to be Jan Oblak in goal, of course. It looks like a 5 in the back of some kind for Atletico. Felipe is going to be playing with Kondogbia and Hermoso in the back, but along with Koke as kind of a central midfielder. And then I'm seeing a different lineup, funnily, on screen, but it looks like maybe Rodrigo or DePaul is going to be also playing, and he's absolutely fantastic to watch. I really love watching DePaul play. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco's in there. So is Thomas Lemar. Joao Felix and Antoine Griezmann up top, which is definitely very dangerous. And then for Liverpool's side, it's kind of typical to a degree. Sadio Mane, Firmino, Salah, Naby Keita, who maybe could have a good match for this one. He seems to be more selected on these Champions League nights. And then Jordan Henderson, of course, and James Milner, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, and Alisson in goal. I'm actually quite excited by this. I do feel like, Atletico to a degree have Liverpool's number, and I'm very much, interested in how this could maybe unfold. I'd like to think that maybe Atletico have this, might pull off a 1-0, maybe a 1-1, a 2-1, but they haven't scored too many goals this season, Atletico. So hopefully, it might be a decent match. Luis Suarez on the bench against his former side. But again, guys, I really do apologize for the technical troubles in the beginning. I wanted to start around 10 minutes earlier as well, but it will be an interesting match. Of course, always will be a very interesting match. Liverpool wearing an odd yellow kit for this one. I actually am not a fan of it. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys are a fan of this yellow kit. Me personally, I'm not. I do love Atletico's kits always, no matter how much they try to mess with the design of it. I always think Atletico's kit, you just can't get it wrong. It's always very, very class. But Tottenham Tantrums in the building, saying by day he is a normal man doing normal things, but by night he becomes the man we know as the stats man, saying the footballing world from the evil non-stats people. Big up. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cup Army. Come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up, Dermot. Really big yourself up. I do appreciate you. Really do appreciate you. And then the players are taking a knee, by the way, if you do want to sync up with me. I will let you know the moment they kick off, maybe so you can sync up. You probably guys could be ahead of me. Looks like Naby Keita is about to kick it off. Here, referee's just waiting for the signal, and they're off. So they just kicked off. I will let you know when I get to a certain second at a certain point when they put it on screen, so you can sync up with me for this one. I'm just going to be giving my thoughts, maybe engaging in whatever comments are down below. But I am now at 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds. So if you want to try to sync up with that to the best of your ability, you can. Now at 20 seconds. But big yourself up, Dermot. I appreciate the acknowledgement of the stats and whatnot, and I appreciate also all your support as always. Really do appreciate all your support. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco already on the break here. Could have maybe played a bit of a better ball there, but I am really looking forward to this game. And big yourself up, Dermot. Really big yourself up. I do appreciate you. And like I wrote here, sorry everybody, had a bit of computer trouble, so I wanted to start a lot earlier. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco again on an absolute resurging run here, but one back by Firmino. Played to Firmino, and then Kondogbia. Wow, Firmino with a beautiful meg there. And then this is going to be a feisty affair. I can tell this is very much going to be a feisty affair. But Tottenham Tantrum also again saying, yeah, big yourself up. Do really appreciate it. Do really appreciate it. There are a lot of evil non-stats people, especially people who would argue, maybe in that Alex Davies debate, that he chooses what stats to acknowledge and which ones not to, which I think is kind of a a certain type of way going about things I just don't approve of personally. But Zanuska, thanks for joining. And also, Zanuska, no problem. Maybe when we see a Bundesliga watch along, I'd love to have you for that one, Zanuska. I'd love to have you. Evening, Jack. Currently on the train home from work. You'll have to do a Bundesliga watch along on a weekend, and I'll be happy to join you. I didn't even read that before I just said that. So, Zanuska, so we're on the same wavelength here. We're on the same mindset here when it comes to it, and definitely really appreciate that. And I would love to do a Bundesliga watch along that, along with the Serie A. I would say the best leagues outside of Premier League this season. I would even argue that Serie A has actually been better to a degree than the Premier League this season. It's absolutely fascinating, the Serie A. Maybe we could do a Serie A watch along if you like that. And also Ronan O'Donnell saying, "Evening, Jack. Come on, Liverpool. Come on, the Scousers." That's it. But maybe I might be rooting for Atletico on this one, Ronan. I had a lot of kind of friends growing up that were Liverpool fans, and I would say, just for the sake of maybe banter, I would maybe like to root against them, and as well, it's just kind of a Premier League rival, of course, as always. But Ronan, you're an absolute legend, though. You're an absolute legend. I appreciate all the support that you give David and I, and also thank you for tuning in as well, Ronan. Big yourself up, really big yourself up. And then AE is in the building. Big yourself up, AE. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm now at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So if anybody wants to tune in, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, 2 minutes, 42, 43, 44, 45. Probably a bit behind you guys, as we often are, in the US, which is a bit unfortunate. But like I said, just going to be relaxing, kind of enjoying this game. Figured I'd just put it on stream anyways, for you guys to watch with me. And, hopefully maybe the commentary that I provide at times might be better than the likes of whatever ones that you have available to you. But, I am just going to be chilling out watching this one. Hopefully someone will be joining me. There was part of Miguel Escobardo was going to join me, but I think, just he ran into some complications, which is very understandable. And then I think Shamu at one point was going to join me as well. So if anybody, maybe Dermot, if you'd like to join me, I can send you the link if that's all right. Do let me know in the comments if that's all right with you if you want to join. But Shamu, I think, was going to join. I had a bit of a lineup set up for this one, but I'm also plenty happy to do it on my own, and you guys can just talk to each other in the comments. But really, it is going to be a feisty affair, and that's why I picked this one because there's a bit of history between these two teams. There's a bit of history, and Ronan O'Donnell, I bet you probably are quite scared of the Atleti bunch, especially that Diego Simeone all black suit. It's just beautiful, that suit that he wears. It's my favorite suit in the game. He has the best style, I think, out of any other manager. Diego Simeone, he's almost like a Voldemort in himself. Kieran Trippier, actually, with a bit of the nice shithousery, kind of motioning for the ref to call something there. I actually do enjoy that from Trippier there. But again, hopefully everybody's all right. Hopefully everybody's all right. AE saying, agree with you, Jack. Serie A does look good this season. Juve versus Roma was an interesting match 2 nights ago. Certainly was. It certainly was. And the reason why I think the Serie A is maybe so much better than maybe other leagues this season is just because there's not a definitive like top six actually yet. Because Juve are kind of doing so poor, it's not guaranteed that Juve are going to win the title this season. Pretty much almost out of contention to a degree, you might say, especially if Napoli continue on this unbeaten run. I would argue that that's what makes maybe the Serie A a lot better than other seasons. And personally, maybe you might disagree, but I really do feel like the Serie A has been one of the best leagues to watch this season just for that reason, because we don't know who's going to win the league. We don't, unless Napoli continue on this run being unbeaten, then maybe so it could be definitive, but that would be huge news to see it Napoli win it. So I would say keep your eye on the Serie A this season. Keep your eye on the Serie A. They would then go probably Premier League for me this season, and then the Bundesliga. The reason I like the Bundesliga so much is just because it's absolutely ridiculous football at times. It just is defending just goes out the door, and then we see, but maybe some of the best pressing, the best attacking display, some of the best skills as well, and that's why I actually really like watching Bayern. That domination of Bayer Leverkusen was absolutely incredible. But AE, I totally agree with you, and I like that we're on the same mindset there. Zanuska saying, I'd love that. All European football is incredible. Going back to what you said on kits, I always loved Barcelona's kit until they came out with this year's one. Yeah, Zanuska, if you ask me personally, it's just Barcelona's kits in general. Really, if I had to pick between Real Madrid's and Barca's every year, I'm always going with Real's. I love the all white kit. I really do. I genuinely love that all white kit. It's absolutely fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous kit. Ronan O'Donnell saying Diego Simeone is the Argentinian Jose Mourinho. He certainly is. They're kind of just both just so toxic and so just it's all about, the mind games with them. It's all about the mind games with Jose and Diego Simeone. They definitely take a page out of each other's book in that regard. Also, obviously, very defensive managers, as we know, very pragmatic managers. And I love them both. To be honest, I love Jose and I love Diego. I love Simeone. I really do. He just cracks me up, and maybe that's because I'm a bit of a neutral in that regard, and I don't know too much about Simeone. But me personally, I just love everything that he does in La Liga. It just makes everybody's life a lot worse, and that's what I kind of like about it. He makes everybody's job a whole lot harder, and he plays such negative football in such a, I don't know, an incredible way, and he seems to get through to players, in the mindset kind of as well. But I am now going to kind of settle down here and watch the match. I'm now hitting 7 minutes, by the way. If you want to sync up with me, I'm going to be hitting 7 minutes here. And again, very casual watch along. If you want to watch it with me, feel free to say anything. Even if you're ahead of me and you want to stay ahead, feel free to do so. And it's a goal from Mo Salah. And it's a goal, and it's in a weird deflection. And now Mo Salah has just taken the lead for Liverpool. As many is already arguing, maybe the best right winger in all of world football at the moment. And there it is, everybody. It is a goal from Mo Salah. Bit unfortunate. Atletico are probably very sad to see that happen, because they usually don't concede in the first 10 minutes. It's very un-Atleti like, and maybe just then speaks to Liverpool being so much on fire. When I did my Premier League predictions with David, I did have Liverpool actually in second, for the season. I do actually predict them getting, going for a title race this season, which maybe to my I don't know, maybe to my praise, maybe self-praise, and I apologize, but I don't think a lot of people, were actually expecting Liverpool to be so great this season. And, I felt like, I was kind of one of the only ones that really did back them, to a degree. And as well, I remember Darius, we did a big, Europe's top 5 league prediction. He kind of didn't realize that, yeah, maybe Liverpool could be good this season. And they're very much a formidable force, Liverpool. So Ronan O'Donnell, hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like it. Maybe my prediction with that, as much as I try to root against Liverpool, I would say, they're they're definitely a team that I always certainly fear, and a team that I definitely do rate. Adam, I'm very much doing okay. Hope you're doing okay though, brother. Hope you're doing okay. I'm actually just here to watch a bit of Champions League, and anybody who joins me, feel free to join me and watch it with me. And feel free to ask me any questions as well regarding the game, or anything of the Champions League action that's going on. I'm not really going to be watching multiple screens at once. In this case, I'm just going to be watching this game because I really want to watch it just for the shithousery purposes. Adam, just love the shithousery that's probably about to happen in this match, especially Atletico. Every match that I've watched with them in La Liga, there seems to be some sort of red card that also seems to occur as well. So maybe even looking forward to that personally. But big yourself up, Adam, and also fantastic job on the fan show the other night. Fantastic job, my man. Fantastic job. You're a breath of fresh air, and I'll say it a million times, breath of fresh air. Big Papa in the building. Big yourself up. He's saying it's fitting. Barca isn't the same team anymore. Big up, Jack. Great game selection today. Appreciate that. I was actually considering, though, that Leipzig, Man City game. I feel like that could be a bit of a tasty one. So any of my flat cap scats out there, please, let me know what's going on around the league. As always, what's heard around the ground? What's heard around the ground? Let me know. Let me know. Keep the earpiece in. 1-0 down it was a kind of a pretty lucky deflection, if you ask me, Ronan. But at the same time, Salah, he's your man. He certainly is your man, and he's doing absolutely fantastic. And, a lot of people are saying, and maybe rightfully deserved, best right winger in world football at the moment. Even Salah right here at the edge of the box, doing something going into the box. Finds a ball across the 6 there. Very dangerous from Salah. And Atletico are struggling to get out of their own half, and I'm not surprised, with the way they try to play and the way that Liverpool try to press. I'd like Kieran to score. I want Trippier to score as well. Maybe from a free kick as well. Maybe from a good free kick. A very big yourself up, though. Adam, would you like to see Simeone managing us sometime in the future, Jack? He needs the right players. I feel like he needs the old school mentality players, because if we like someone like Tanguy, I certainly don't see him getting through to. Someone like even Dele Alli, I don't even see him getting through to. He needs like the right men player. It like maybe perfectly said before me, and remind me who it was. It was Ronan O'Donnell, just like Ronan just said. I think Simeone is very much like a Jose, and that only means that the right type of player can enjoy him. And that's just my personal take on it. And Adam, maybe to answer your question, I would say no. As much as I worship the guy, I would say no. I don't want him at my club. I just want to be a neutral about him. Don't want to be, kind of giving my takes and whatnot on him if he were manager of Spurs. So maybe in the neutral sense, I love him. If he were actually manager of Tottenham, I don't know if I would like him as much. Hopefully that's a good answer for you. Come on, slot in a free kick. Yeah, absolutely love it. Adam saying I was expecting Liverpool to bounce back, but not this much. Yeah, I mean, they are fantastic this season. I do think they're fantastic. And I think that was an underrated, thing with them is that they were missing a lot of very key players to their system. And we have to realize that actually about Liverpool is, Van Dijk, Fabinho, as well as even Joel Matip as well. Were injured the entire season, and those are crucial players to that team, especially the way that Jurgen Klopp plays, just crucial. And I think that's why they were really struggling so much. Adam, you're doing all right. That's good to hear, brother. That's very, very good to hear. Hopefully, this is a good distraction from the studies. I'm going to take a sip of this before I get to the rest of the comments. But I'm glad you're doing okay, man. I'm glad you're doing okay. Ronan O'Donnell, you're going to watch some proper football tonight, Jack. Not that Spurs shy. Oh, Ronan, come on now, come on now. But yeah, you guys are absolutely brilliant. I mean, I will say Liverpool, I would say I fear more than any team this season. I'm not kidding, Ronan. That's actually being honest. I feel like if Spurs were to pull off any sort of upset this season, it would. Oh, what a goal! Naby Keita. Oh, that was actually that was actually a proper goal, folks. That was a proper goal. That was a proper goal. I guess I'm gonna have to put up the banner now. It's already 2-0 Liverpool. Maybe we have to switch this off round. I might have to switch to a different game now. Just make this a whole different show. Make this a whole different show because I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, Jesus, that was a fantastic hit from Naby Keita. Good to see Naby Keita though, performing actually for this, get his goal. I used to love Naby Keita, very, very underrated player. I feel like still to this day, he's just fallen off kind of the pedestal because of those injuries and whatnot, Ronan. But at Leipzig, that guy was sensational. But Atletico Madrid pulling off a bit of, I don't even know. They're just getting embarrassed. And maybe it's because Jurgen Klopp has a bit of a vendetta against them. But it is 2-0 to Liverpool at the moment. It is 2-0, everybody. Maybe we'll just watch this till the end of the first half. And then, after that, you might want to switch to a different game if this gets bad. But there you go. Naby Keita with an absolutely beautiful outside the foot strike. I couldn't even catch that if that was a half volley. I think it was just a regular volley, if I'm not mistaken. What an unbelievable goal, though, Ronan. And you guys, like I said, you're the most feared team, I would say. I fear you guys even more than Chelsea. And I know we played Chelsea and didn't do too well against them, but I fear you guys even more. I mean, Jurgen Klopp, my opinion, is the best manager in world football. That's my belief. That is sincerely my belief. Adam, yeah, the shithousery is hilarious. Yeah, I love Atletico. I love Atletico for that reason. And I love Simeone for that reason. Hopefully Simeone gets that goal back and, maybe does a bit of that for me. But that's why I love him. Thank you, Tottenham Tantrum. Really appreciate you, Dermot. Really appreciate you. Really do. Google is still showing Salas. Maybe it is. Did it deflect off of Milner? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's kind of. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. It kind of just looked like it went off an Atleti player. Maybe it was Milner's goal. So, at the same time though, let me know what you thought of that Naby Keita, the goalie. What a goal! What a goal, my man. Keita. There we go. There we go, Ronan. He's happy. You're probably resting easy now, Ronan. You're probably resting easy. The injuries have ruined him. I really do agree, and I think we have to take ourselves back to the Leipzig days of Naby Keita when he practically was rated as one of the best center mids, all action center mids in all of world football. Um, and that's just something that we have to realize is people can really fall off of a pedestal like that. They can be rated as basically the player that could fix any person's team, and then just fall off a pedestal like that due to injuries, due to not being played so much. So I think that is something that has to be recognized by Naby Keita for sure. Yeah, good goal. It was a really good goal. I mean, it did, I don't want to respond that way, especially, but it was a fantastic goal. I don't know. Seemed like a lucky finish. Yeah, I think Salah's was very much a lucky goal. And also, Lazy, big yourself up. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're keeping well, Nick. I'm sipping on actually just a dogfish at the moment, just a dogfish IPA, Nick, as you probably know from the granolas, Seattle man myself, I do like myself a good IPA. And, it is going to be kind of an easier night after David and I were planning out shows and whatnot for, we're going to be changing up a lot of the shows, everybody on Irish Hotspur. We're trying to do a lot of things differently, so that we can keep you guys entertained and whatnot. And so, kind of been a very, very, very busy morning, very busy afternoon. And then now I'm just going to kind of relax, enjoy the Champions League with maybe a beer or two. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it with me. Pull out the cans, everybody. Pull out the cans. Spurs 72, big yourself up. Thank you for joining. He says, afternoon, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Afternoon, chap. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day as well, Spurs 72. Let me know what you're up to. If you're just enjoying this on the couch, maybe just watching this on the computer. Maybe you're trying to, maybe sneak, a Champions League watch along, maybe a while at work. But big yourself up, Spurs 72. True legend, as well as everybody else in here. Y'all absolutely brilliant. And really do appreciate you guys for even tuning in. It really is, sensational, all the support that I do receive from you guys, and just you guys just tuning in with me. It really is. It makes me feel a whole lot warmer. It doesn't make me feel so alone watching these Champions League nights. Yeah, I said, Dermot, just nice little IPA from kind of the upper East Coast region, the upper Northeast coast of, I believe Dogfish is from Massachusetts, Nick. Maybe I can check the back of the can. Maybe it's from New Hampshire. I'm not sure. Find out later, everybody. I'll find out later. But pick yourself up. Hate to say Liverpool for the Champions League this year. Dermot, it's going to be Bayern, man. It's going to be Bayern. Bayern are winning it this year. I'll tell you that. I mean, they are the best team in world football. That is just, you need to accept it, Dermot. Bayern are absolutely insane. Like the way Alphonso Davies, Leroy Sané are connecting with each other right now. I mean, they are a absolute menace. Bit of action right here between Atletico trying to pull the ball out of James Milner. James Milner is probably up for the shithousery fight here. Definitely probably is. Lazy 8 saying nice. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you like yourself a Dogfish. Lazy 8. I certainly do. I really like them, especially they can be quite cheap, maybe compared to some of the New York beers around here. But me personally, kind of like it all. Maybe that just speaks to the family genes and whatnot. But Koke here with actually Atletico a bit on the attack here. Rodrigo De Paul, everybody. Watch this guy. De Paul is absurd. I love De Paul. Like, he is actually one of my favorite players in world football. He is maybe one of the best passers, I would say, in Europe's top 5 leagues. I think plenty of people are aware of De Paul, but I mean, he is ridiculous. Like, he is ridiculous, De Paul. He is ridiculous. I love him. I genuinely love him. I wish Spurs had him because he would be the creative midfielder that I think we all know we should need. Diego Simeone needs another hair transplant by the looks of it. He certainly does, but can't take away from that suit. You can't take away from that suit, AE. It's the best suit there is. The all black suit like that. It's just beautiful. I mean, it really is. It's just like cloak and dagger. It's cloak and dagger kind of suit, if you ask me. Killian Kenny, big yourself up, Killian Kenny. Hope you're keeping well, my man. Hope you're keeping well, as well. Big yourself up, Killian. Big yourself up, man. Thank you for tuning in for this one. Thank you for tuning in. This score line could end up embarrassing for Atletico. Yeah, I do agree, but maybe Joao Felix can do something here. And it is, fantastic defending by Trent Alexander-Arnold. I am 19 minutes and 20 seconds in, everybody. 19 minutes and 23 seconds now. So hopefully you can tune in with me, sync up with me. Again, very casual watch along. I am going to try to figure out how to get a clock behind me or something like that. So maybe it can be a bit easier, but just right now, it's just going to be a casual watch along, and you're welcome to be ahead of me. I do not care. Thomas Lemar. It's a goal! Vamos for Atletico! Come on, Koke! Come on, Koke! Thomas Lemar with a beautiful goal, a beautiful pass across the 6. Diego Simeone tapping the hair transplant. He's tapping the hair transplant. He's telling everybody, you got to keep your heads in it. This is going to be a fantastic game. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was brilliant by Thomas Lemar. He actually went for the David Harris FIFA kind of a corner there where David. Oh, please don't tell me it's offsides. I don't think it is, actually. It's Antoine Griezmann by the looks of it, actually. Antoine Griezmann maybe with the tap in. Hopefully, they don't call, Lemar for being offsides. I swear if they do. Yeah, he definitely is onside there, Griezmann. Hopefully. I think they did count it. There you look at that Diego Simeone. Oh, God, what a beautiful suit. What a beautiful suit by that man. Please don't rule it off, ref. Please, ref. Please don't. No, ref. Please don't. Big Papa gets synced up. I'm at 20 minutes, 50 seconds at the moment. 20 minutes, 50 seconds, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Please don't tell me it's off. Please don't tell me it's off. Please. Make this a good game. Make this a good game. There's no way it was off. There's no way. All right, God, how long does it take? Please. Ronan. Don't tell me it's off, Ronan. Antoine Griezmann looks very different. God, this is taking forever. I apologize, everybody. I'm trying to just look so I can pay attention and let you know. Please, just give it. Please, just give it. Please. Jurgen Klopp, I bet. Ah! It's given. Come on. Come on, vamos. Vamos. Come on. Like, keep your heads. Keep your heads, like Simeone's saying. Keep your heads, boys. Ronan O'Donnell, though, let me know what you think of Jurgen Klopp's decision to go without the glasses this year. I feel like, I like kind of the specs from before. I really thought he actually looked a lot better looking with them. The contacts, I just don't get it. I feel like it's not Jurgen. If you ask me, it's just not Jurgen. But Ronan, it's going to be a good game now. It's going to be a good game. Come on, Koke. Come on. There we go. There we go, Koke. Absolutely love Koke. But I want Paul to score. I would say Lazy 8, if you've ever seen Rodrigo de Paul play, the dude is ridiculous. The dude is ridiculous. The dude is ridiculous. Come on, Atleti. Come on. Chris, pick yourself up, Chris. Thank you for joining, Chris. Hope you're keeping well. Hopefully you didn't have too many tea towels to wash today, because I know you're doing kind of the Lord's work, washing all the tea towels, for your Newcastle brethren, and especially for your coworkers there. And as a Spurs fan, we all are, quite nice at the end of the day. So hopefully you're running a few loads for them, because I know, there's big tea towels shortage, Chris, as you probably know more than I do. But pick yourself up, Chris. Absolutely love you and appreciate you. Spurs 72 saying, watching all the Champions League games on the couch, sipping on the Lipton citrus tea. There you go. Lipton iced tea bag. There you go. That sounds very nice. Very tasty, actually. Sounds very nice. Greasy tap. Big up, Chris, everybody. I'm using Nick. I'm actually using Paramount Plus. That's what we have over here in the USA. We're using Paramount Plus, so it is a paid subscription. We can't really give you any links or anything, because I probably get taken down. But Paramount Plus, if you feel like using it, there it are. CBS Sports Paramount Plus. Joao Felix, though, on the ball here, maybe cutting inside. Maybe you can create something. Come on, Joao. He's got to be a bit better there. AE, though, saying Liverpool always get VAR decisions in their favor. Thankfully, not this time. Absolutely. But big up, everybody. Big up, everybody. They're all saying hello to each other. Won't interrupt your conversations. You're right, Jack, about Klopp. I think he just looks a lot better with the specs on. I really like the specs, and so personally, it's just been not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. Yeah, I don't like the contacts. Me personally, I think he looks weird. Maybe some people you would say actually, Ronan, they look better without glasses. I would say, funny enough, with Jurgen, he looks better with glasses. That's what I would say. Chris, how they've been stolen, Jack. Oh, Chris, it's horrible. You should maybe, Chris, you probably make a killing though. Like I said, with all the tea towels, that need washing, might as well open up a laundromat, for all the tea towels that need washing every weekend, from all this tear-soaked tea towels, all the tear-soaked tea towels. So big yourself up though, Chris. Big yourself up. Absolute legend. Ian Ferguson saying, let's go. Come on, Ian. There we go. We got a lot of Atletico fans here. But everybody, make Ronan at home here, because I know Ronan is such a big supporter of both channels. And honestly, Ronan, thank you so much for tuning in. And as well, big yourself up, Ronan. Really do appreciate you. And also, to a degree, I hope maybe Liverpool can at least make this a very exciting game. Clearly, they have. Liverpool are very much up for this, Ronan. So big yourself up. Rohan Kumar, big up, Rohan. Hopefully you're keeping well, man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Ajax 2-0 at the moment. That is a bit crazy. That is a bit crazy. Maybe I'll do a bit of a check around the leagues at the moment. Let me just refresh. Inter and Sheriff still 0-0. That's a bit interesting. Shakhtar Donetsk and Real 0-0. And Ajax 2-0 up over Dortmund. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is scary. Ajax are maybe a force to be reckoned with this season. I mean, Anthony, that dude is apparently one of the best, teenagers practically in all world football. He's very, very scary. The way that David uses him in FIFA pisses me off, I'll be honest. But clear that that guy is the real deal. And, maybe I should check up on the scorers in that one. Who did score, for Ajax? And, many bad defending by Dortmund by the looks of it. Marco Reus with an own goal, and then Daley Blind with the other goal. Would not have expected that. Would not have expected that. So there you are. Big up. Everybody's saying big up. Everybody big up Dermot. True legend. Oh, thank God they didn't give that as an offside. That would, geez, I'm watching it again. 2-0 up in their game now. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Dermot. Thank you. Everybody's hearing around the ground. Everybody's hearing around the ground. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy chilling with me on Champions League night, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy it. But let me change the banner. I've been really bad about it. I apologize, everybody. Been really bad. Just trying to be relaxed about it at the same time, while maybe just getting my thoughts, whatever comes to mind. So big yourselves up, though. Really big yourselves up. Brian C. Socrates, welcome to the bill. Oh my gosh, someone's in on goal. Griezmann. Oh, he's got to be burying that. Oh, he's got to be burying that. Why are you so? Wow. Why did you go for the dink? Why did you go for the dink? Oh my God. Oh, Joao. I got a little shove there, ref. Oh, you got to be burying that, Griezmann. Jeez, you got all the time in the world to think about. Just go through his legs. Just go through his legs. Oh, Rodrigo de Paul, shoving him off the ball and then plays an absolute dime, as he always does. Rodrigo de Paul always plays a dime. Like I said, everybody, that dude de Paul, I would pay any price for it. I would pay any price for de Paul. He's the best passer in world football, the best passer in world football. I'll say it right there, the best passer in world football, de Paul. He is unbelievable. You got to be burying that, though, Griezmann. You got to be burying that. Absolutely got to be burying that. Socrates here, though, you just saying, yeah, the VR check went well. And also, Socrates, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Thank you for joining as well. Really big yourself up for joining. Thank you for joining me for this Champions League night. PSG, RB Leipzig 1-1. Come on, the Leipziger. Los Gates, Immer weiter. There we go. Fantastic games, actually, across maybe all the. There's not a bad game to pick from right now, it seems like, everybody. Not a bad game to pick from. Let's see who the scorers were for that one. Andre Silva, there you go, and Kylian Mbappe within 10 minutes, and then Andre Silva. Jesse Marsch, though, I think the American coach, I think he should be honestly sacked. Personally, it's not going too well over there. I think he should be sacked. He's just been embarrassed, and he doesn't know how to defend. He doesn't know how to create a decent defensive side, and that's just my belief about it. Maybe he needs to kind of brush up on that because they are so open at times, RB Leipzig. But big yourselves up, everybody who's tuning in. Liverpool, though, very much each time, though, are just so deep in Atletico's half. But at the same time, as we've seen, Atletico can hit them on the break, especially when DePaul has the ball. He can just unleash a ridiculous pass. He has the best vision, and I'll say it again, the best passer in world football, in my belief, Rodrigo DePaul. The best passer in world football. That dude is just stupid at times. Just the vision he has is ridiculous. He has the vision of Socrates. He has the vision of Socrates. Brian C. Socrates. No, it's actually an IPA, actually. It's an IPA. But it actually looks quite blonde. It's not very high in percentage, so it's only about 6%. Hopefully everybody's also able to, anything from Lipton iced tea to a nice iced coffee, to even just water or, juice or whatnot, whatever you're sipping on, do let me know. If you, or also maybe if you're having a bit of dinner, as well. I know it's a bit late, obviously UK time over there, nice 8 o'clock game. So hopefully, I've had a nice bit of dinner, nice bit of grub, maybe to go along with it. So everybody also as well, big yourselves up for tuning in. Really big yourselves up. Do appreciate it. And now it's a goal kick for Atletico. Again, another sync check. If anybody does want to sync up, you certainly don't have to. 30 minutes and 35. Well, they just took it away. And now looking at the Antoine Griezmann, Jesus, he's got to bury that. Come on, man. Come on. Very good actually defending though by very good defending by Alisson. I will say actually made that maybe a lot harder than it looks, but still he's got to do a lot better though. Griezmann especially really has to. But it is an IPA though. Artangi and Dembele is every bit as skillful as Salah, in my opinion. Just that Salah is far more consistent. Decent point. I would just say very different positions, very different players, and I would say no one has the skills or the techers that Tanguy does. I would definitely say that no one has the skills or the techers that Tanguy does. No one does. I mean, the dude is just ridiculous with what he wants to pull off. He's practically, I would say, Tanguy is more similar in terms of skills and techers to like Neymar. I would argue like he just goes for absolutely ridiculous skills. You maybe Pogba would be similar, but I would say Tanguy goes for even crazier things than Pogba does. That's what I really love about Tanguy. It's just actually ridiculous. When you put him in that number 10 position, when you put him in that cam role, he is unbelievable, unbelievable with the skills he tries to pull off. And the more we play Skippy and Højbjerg together, I would say the better Tanguy, might come out. But at the same time, you do have to cater to Tanguy. When you do cater to Tanguy, though, we can see the rewards. We can see the rewards. Free kick for Liverpool here. I think Koke was the one conceding it. Just shoves over Mane. Atletico are very, very fierce at times. Very, very, very fierce. Free kick in here from Andy Robertson. Joel Matip wins it. Jan Oblak always rocks the short sleeves, Jan Oblak, which you have to appreciate. Short sleeve goalkeeper. You got to appreciate the short sleeve goalkeepers. There's a pass on there for Joao Felix. They should have played that. Kieran Trippier really should have played that. Koke, the coolest man in the building, with an absolute spray over to, I think it was Hermoso. Joao Felix with a fantastic touch, being kind of hounded by wow. Brilliant job to, oh, come on. Finish this. It's a goal! Vamos! Come on, Atletico! Oh, doing the salsa. Oh, Simeone doing the celebration as well to the crowd. Come on. Come on. That was a fantastic goal. A fantastic goal. Come on. Vamos. Vamos. Oh, what a fantastic goal, actually. Oh, that is a brilliant finish. That is a brilliant finish by Griezmann. An absolutely brilliant finish. Oh, I need to calm down here. What a game. What a match we're watching at the moment. Need to change the banner for anybody tuning in. Need to change a banner. This time I won't be so lazy about it. Or not lazy, just maybe not do it a bit sooner this time. Wow. Honestly, what a goal. That was brilliant hold up play. Brilliant hold up play by Joao Felix. Brilliant. He took on 3-4 players there and was able to hold it up in such a graceful way. That maybe speaks to the skill of Joao Felix, and him and Griezmann clearly combining very well. Clearly combining very well. Wow, that is a fantastic finish. Side netting to a degree. Maybe could have done a bit better, actually, Alisson. Ronan O'Donnell, let me know. Maybe he could have done a bit better. Could he have done a bit better there, Ronan? Maybe let me know, Alisson. He had a fantastic save earlier against Griezmann for that kind of that dink chip. But 2-2 in 34 minutes, 55 seconds, 56, 57, about to hit 35 minutes. So sync up with that if you can. 35 minutes in. Dermot, heard around the ground. Dermot heard around the ground saying Ajax are tearing Dortmund apart. And I do think the Italians are the strongest teams in the Champions League this year. Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Yeah, Tanguy and Neymar are very similar in style and ability. Thank you, AE. Hopefully you see what I mean by that. That was a great goal, and the crowd goes wild. Big up, Papa. Big up, Papa. Yeah, I guess I was going a bit wild there. I do want Atletico. Maybe you can see the bias coming through. That's a great comment, AE. That is a great comment. Players like Griezmann can be out of this game for a while, and then all of a sudden, he just pops one off. I mean, he's got 2 goals though at the same time. I don't think that really was Koke's goal. I think that was Griezmann who tapped it in. It seems like Griezmann does have a brace. 28% possession as well. 28% possession for Atletico. And this is why I love Diego Simeone. This is why I love him. This is why I love him. Yeah, but to a degree, I kind of like this one a bit more than the old one. AE personally don't like the old hairstyle that he had at Barcelona. Maybe that was why even it wasn't going too well for him there. Just thought the hairstyle he had back then was a bit weird. A bit too much. Cared too much about the hair than about the football. Clearly now he has a haircut. That's a bit more manageable. I would say a bit more manageable. Evening all had to turn off the pool game. That guy with the megaphone in the crowd was doing my head in. Pick up, Aaron. Big yourself up. Hopefully you're keeping well, man. Hopefully you're keeping well, Aaron. But I would say this is a fantastic game to watch. Especially 27% possession, for Atletico, and look how they're playing at the moment. They're just beautiful to watch. Play Yannick. Oh, so selfish, Joao. You got to be able to play that. Oof, bit of a breather here. Thomas Millar, this is a very good game to watch. Can Griezmann go for the hat trick in the first half? Bit forced there by Koke. Now Alisson with the ball. 37 minutes and 30 seconds, everybody. Again, if you want to sync up. Ball in behind here. Very interesting to see Kondogbia playing kind of a libero role in kind of the center half position. Very, very interesting. I love how Atletico as well, like they don't bother to, press, way high up the pitch. They just sit in and then they press you in the right circumstances and then they just break on you. It's actually beautiful to watch. Atletico really is beautiful to watch. I personally love sometimes Simeone's tactics. I will admit it is just winning football at the end of the day. Now you might even argue that actually Atletico have had the better chances. Fantastic tackle by Kondogbia there. Beautiful shiftiness from Thomas Lemar. And that is a beautiful outside the foot pass. It's a bit ahead of Kieran Trippier. He probably should have known that was coming. Great tackle again. Pings it across to Joao Felix. Hopefully he's onside here. He is onside. He's going inside into the box. Come on, Joao. Come on, Joao. Oh. I couldn't hold on to it. Could not hold on to it. Alisson could not hold on to it very well, but was able to recover. Maybe Joao could have cut inside a bit better. Simeone motioning his players back. You gotta get back. You gotta get back with Simeone. Yeah, that's what he always tells you to do. He always says, get back in that low block. I told you. Koke on the ball here, trying to dictate some play. Joao Felix has been absolute. Him and Griezmann have been sensational. And Thomas Lemar has been sensational. Yannick Carrasco here with the overlap. It's been interesting even to play actually Thomas Lemar and Yannick Carrasco on the same side because they kind of almost interchange, with each other. It's very interesting. Diego Simeone's left-hand side. Two very forward-thinking players, and it's just they have to account for each other. They have to account for each other's kind of a tendency to attack. Shamu, you're welcome to join us anytime you want. Hopefully you can stay in sync with me as well, though. But yeah, welcome to join in, Shamu, anytime you like. The link is in there. Join in for the second half, my man. Join in for the second half. Lazy 8 saying this is just in from the Spurs web, Jack. Newcastle are keeping an eye on Harry Winks ahead of the January transfer window from the Sun. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. Maybe that would be the best way to overpay for somebody. Would be someone like Harry Winks. Maybe they'll overpay for Harry Winks. Yeah, but don't torture me. That's what I would say. Lazy eight. Don't torture me because can't be handling those rumors because he needs to go. And he said he wants to go in the January window. If he does, again, we'd all be celebrating. It'd be like Christmas. Oh, please don't tease us. Yeah, please don't. Really, it's too much torture. Oh! Oh my gosh, Allison with a very lucky. I was taking my eyes off the screen and he ricocheted off his own player, off of Matip there, and it almost actually went to Griezmann, which would have been fantastic. That would have been glorious. Very odd moment there. I mean, Ronan, it's not looking very good for Pool. Oh my gosh, he got so lucky there. He got so lucky. That is a beautiful ball by Kieran Trippier to Joao Felix. I just thought Joao Felix could have done a bit better there. He did go for that near or that far post finish though with the left. Toma Lamar here picking up the ball in the center of the pitch. Someone's got to make a run for him. Somebody's got to make a run for him. Hermoso, is he onside? Lamar? Oh, wow. Atletico absolutely all over them. Absolutely all over them at the moment. Atletico. Come on, Simeone. Calm them down, Simeone. Calm them down in the beautiful suit. Calm them down. Oh, the guy is, he's just glorious to watch. I absolutely love Simeone. He's on the pitch even at the moment, just, yelling at his players. It's just brilliant. I couldn't even imagine being the third official trying to keep him in check. Guy doesn't even know what those white lines are in front of him. He doesn't even probably, probably refuses to understand, what they even mean. Rodrigo de Paul here. Rocks the short socks as well, which you have to appreciate, De Paul. Oh, the guy's a baller. Pings it to Toma Lamar. Ooh, maybe a bit overhead for him. Actually, a good pass when I think about it. Yeah, he's way up. Oh, he actually was onside. He was onside, Toma Lamar there. He actually was. Andy Robertson looked like he was keeping him onside. Another great save, actually, by Alisson. Another great save. He's actually very good at saving those dinks. Yeah, join me at halftime, Shmoo, whenever you feel. Join me at halftime. I know it's the sun, but I can't help but dream. I mean, the one thing that we can confirm is that I do believe he has said that he wants to leave in January. That's what we can say. He did want to leave in January. So, we can confirm that. We can confirm that. We can confirm that. Still a chance for Kieran Trippier to score a free kick. Yeah, there's still a chance. Also, a beautiful ping over to Joao Felix. Beautiful ping. Newcastle take them. They'll be celebrating. No, it'll be Christmas. Be Christmas. Probably, Nick and I would be buying each other Christmas presents. Harry Winks, departure Christmas presents. That's what I would say. Love me some trips. Don't care what anyone says. Yeah, I completely agree. Actually, in fact, I think we were Tom TV for one post-match fan show. They wanted to build out, what's your Champions League 11, or your European 11, from European competitions, and a lot of positions were already taken away from me. Jan Vertonghen was taken away from me, and so I went actually for Kieran Trippier. I did because I think even Kyle Walker was taken away from me as well. So I went for Kieran Trippier, and it's just thought that Kieran Trippier, to a degree, has actually had some decent spells at Spurs, and in fact was part of that Champions League run. He was part of that Man City game as well. He's had a great role in that game, and yeah, I agree with you. I love myself some Trippier as well. Alisson looks like a really unfunny comedian from England called Jack Whitehall. Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, big yourself up, though. Big yourself up. Everybody that's tuning in, big yourself up. Fantastic performance by Atletico. We're now 35 seconds into injury time before they go to halftime. I would say Thomas Lamar, my man of the match. As much as Griezmann has been brilliant, I would say Thomas Lamar has been the one that's been really opening up for them on that left hand side. He's been fantastic. Honestly, the overloads as well on that side for Atletico have been actually brilliant to watch. Really fantastic overloads. I would say actually as well, whatever Paramount Plus or CBS was getting as the formation is just completely wrong. Yeah, the one that Google went for, I would say, is much better. I would say very accurate. Let's check around the ground, though, everybody. Let's check around the ground. Leipzig and PSG still 1-1. Inter Milan up 1-0 over Sheriff. Maybe finally, Sheriff are looking a bit more human. Edin Dzeko, the legend himself, with a goal. 2-0 still to Dortmund. 2-0 over Dortmund, excuse me, to Ajax. I mean, that's brilliant. Also, dominating them clearly. Absolutely dominating them. Real Madrid up 1-0 with with an own goal as well. So clearly, Real Madrid, it seems like they are dominating in shots and whatnot. So maybe a bit deserved from by the looks of it. But there you are, everybody. And 0-0 still to Porto and Milan. That seems to be the one boring game. And it is now halftime for Atletico Madrid. It is still halftime. And again, around the ground, PSG, Leipzig 1-1. Real Madrid is winning 1-0 to Shakhtar. 2-2 right here. It is a Desmond at the moment between Atletico Madrid and Liverpool, and Inter Milan and Sheriff. Inter Milan is winning 1-0 off of a Dzeko goal. Porto Milan are still 0-0, and Ajax are winning 2-0 over Dortmund with a own goal from Marco Reus and then a Daley Blind goal. Sanuska saying, so many players I was sad to see go. Trippier, Vertonghen, Dembele come to mind for me. They contributed to our teams and contributed to our team and always have given their all. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Very well said. Vertonghen for me just is missed every day. That guy is missed every day. He was unbelievable, sensational to watch for us, as well as Dembele. Dembele is probably one of my favorite players of all time. Sanuska, one of my favorite players of all time. That guy was just beautiful, beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. Just so majestic, so graceful. He could carry, a full shopping bag while also having a player on his back, pulling out his kit. He's just fantastic to watch. Never forget, if Trips didn't make that crap pass at Wembley that put Sterling through on goal, Liverpool would have won that title. Would have won the title that season over City by 1 point. There you go, Lazy 8. There you go. Fantastic memory. I didn't even think about it that way, but well said, my man. Well said. Wow. That is very interesting, Dermot. Very, very interesting insight there. Did not know about that rumor. Uh, hopefully Shoeshiner, stays in charge. Maybe when he comes up against Spurs, probably with Zidane, you would think that, it might be a bit of a manager bounce, just having someone like him, in there might, contribute to something a bit better. But then again, tactically, I would say Zidane is not so great, apart from all the Champions League wins. I don't think he's actually that fantastic. And to a degree might be a bit similar to Ole Gunnar, but at the same time, probably has a better effect on the players than, Ole Gunnar Shoeshiner does. The goal show, yeah. There you go. Spurs 72. I'm pretty sure you in the US as well. So yeah, I do know about it. There you are. It is actually not bad. It is not bad. Everybody seems a bit of love for Kieran Trippier for this one. I do like it for this stream. Bit of love for Kieran Trippier. Big yourselves up, everybody. Been a very hectic match, especially doing it all on my own, I will say. I've enjoyed it, but it certainly is, it's been very hectic at the same time. Haven't been able to, look at the comments and also, kind of look at the game at the same time. It's been very difficult. Been very, very good game though. Been very, very good game, everybody. I would say personally, if you ask me, Atletico probably deserve to be ahead at the moment. I would say Atletico very much deserve to be ahead at the moment, especially if they're not even on that much possession at the moment. I would argue they need to be ahead. They need to be ahead. Just a bit of great goalkeeping from Alisson. Very, very decent defending as well. From certain Liverpool players, it's just that left hand side. for Atletico, they've just been dominating it. Just the overloads from Toma Lamar, the overloads with Yannick Carrasco there, has really made it very difficult for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and just speaks to, again, the Simeone tactical masterclass. Just knowing that if you do make it very life difficult for Joel Matip as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold, you can find freedom down their right hand side, or I guess Atletico's left hand side, and clearly they've seen that. Clearly they found that. Yeah, Paramount Plus is the one that I'm on at the moment. And, we're actually at Paramount Plus. We are treated, with a very class panel at halftime. It's Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, as well as, maybe less class, but, funny character, Micah Richards. I don't really rate Micah Richards' analysis, but I do rate, he's a nice person and he's a good guy. But Jamie Carragher, I would say, certainly has much better tactical analysis, if you ask me at times. Thierry Henry, I don't even like his tactical analysis either. So very class panelists, but in terms of tactical analysis, they're actually all quite poor, I would actually argue. Yeah, they certainly have had, Liverpool's number for the last 20 minutes. I really do agree, Nick. Snuska saying that's exactly what I was thinking, Jack. Liverpool had shown at times that while having an incredible front three, there are opportunities to exploit them down that side. Yeah, I think you just have to pick maybe certain sides to overload them with. Personally, if you can, if you're able to, overload Trent Alexander-Arnold's side. Especially Spurs should be able to do that with Sonny and the Region. As well. I would say they can make it, in fact, quite easy for us. It's almost a bit more natural to overload them. So when we come up against Liverpool, I would argue that that's how we should go about it, is to actually overload them on Liverpool's right-hand side, because Trent Alexander-Arnold has been exposed time and time again in the Champions League for not being a good defender. He just simply isn't, just not a good defender. He's very good going forward, but he's not very well rated going defensively, and gets caught out time and time again. Is not very good at, defending goal side. Just is kind of non-existent as a defender, if you ask me. So I'd say Zanuska, certainly, maybe you're absolutely right. And it's maybe a page out of Atletico's book that we should take personally. But looks like, around the ground, though, it's actually been a fantastic Champions League night. And, maybe even tomorrow we might be able to do a watch along, but not too entirely sure. But I really do appreciate that comment, Zanuska. I really do appreciate that comment. AE saying Levy's made some seriously dumb moves, but allowing Kieran Trippier to leave and not offering Kyle Walker an extended long-term contract were the dumbest of dumbassery. AE, fantastic comment. I've said this actually to a degree for some time, that I thought getting rid of Kieran Trippier after already getting rid of Kyle Walker was a huge mistake, because obviously you would much rather have, Kyle Walker, but Kieran Trippier was a fantastic right back for us. To leave us with just Serge Aurier just never made sense. And we've been trying then to replace 2 or 3 fullbacks in that position, for some time. Like, it just never made sense to me. Never made sense to me. And so we had to deal with the likes of Serge Aurier. And it's just a mayhem. Like, because with Serge Aurier, it's almost like the Eric Dyer of fullbacks, where he can be brilliant for so long and then just has boneheaded mistakes. And personally, if you ask me, if we had maybe Emerson and, Serge Aurier competing for it, and then continue to try to integrate Tanganga into that center back position, I think that's how we should have gone about it. I think Kieran Trippier, personally, I don't really think Kieran Trippier deserves, kind of the criticism that he does. Really don't think he does. I actually thought he was, quite decent, plenty of times, very decent. Let's go around the ground, everybody. Let's go around the ground again. So we do have, again, Real Madrid leading 1-0 off of an own goal over Shakhtar Donetsk. Hopefully Shakhtar Donetsk can pull it back there. I do have a soft spot for them. PSG 1-1 with Leipzig. And then over here, it's a Desmond with 2-2, Atletico Madrid and Liverpool. And Inter Milan 1-0 up over Sheriff. Porto is 0-0. And then Ajax is 2-0 up. And there you go, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying, these Champions League nights. And hopefully you can inform me as well if anything does happen around the grounds. But, tomorrow it does seem like, the Champions League matches aren't maybe as thrilling. Maybe the one big one you might say is, probably between Man United and Atalanta, especially since Man United have struggled against that 3 in the back. They've really struggled against the 3 in the back. Man United. So I would argue that it's a way for maybe even us to exploit Man United is just switch that three in the back. I don't think Nuno will do it. Seems like he's almost has to stick with the 4-2-3-1 because that seems to be the formation that suits us best. But I will tell you, Man United have struggled against that wide formation of a kind of a 3-4-2-1 or even a 3-4-1-2. They really have struggled against it, really have. And that's why maybe even Brendan Rodgers found so much success. So, maybe the 3-4-1-2 is how we go about it. Maybe that's the best way to go about it. And I think you can really expose Man United that way. A lot of people definitely think that AE is absolutely correct on the Trippier point. I just one of the biggest departures that I feel like is actually quite underrated. As much as we want to, point at other areas that we're missing, like Christian Eriksen, of course, and whatnot, and Dembele, of course. I just thought getting rid of Kyle Walker and then Kieran Trippier. It's just the following season is just such a mistake that we never seem to realize, how much hurt us. Fantastic goals, though, I would say, apart from Salah's, or maybe I guess it was Milner's, maybe in that case for this game. I mean, Naby Keita's goal was absolutely stunning. That is an absolutely stunning goal, really stunning goal. And again, also though, Atletico's goals were pretty great. Atletico's goals were pretty great. Koke with a brilliant shot, and that was actually tapped in by Griezmann, and then Griezmann with a fantastic finish as well. So I would say great goals over here. Absolutely great goals. Do let me know though if there were any good goals, in the other leagues. I haven't been able to actually check on them. Maybe Dzeko's was good. Maybe it looked like I saw a little glimpse of Mbappe's. It seemed like Mbappe's was quite class, but at the same time, Andre Silva was able to equalize in the 28th and looked like a decent pass across the six for that one. But maybe Ajax seem to be all over Dortmund, really making them struggle at the moment, which is very interesting to see. Very, very interesting to see, especially since to a degree, Dortmund are starting with a very, very strong lineup and they're getting dominated, absolutely getting dominated. So very fascinating, very, very fascinating. Daley Blind as well with a goal, and he's playing left back, which makes me think that Ajax are probably attacking in somewhat of a, even though it looks like it might be. Let's take a look at that kind of formation that Google is telling me, but it looks like it's a bit of a 4-2-3-1. It looks like they're going for a 4-2-3-1, but it's actually probably more like a three. Geez, it's probably more like a 3-4-1-2 to a degree. I mean, I'm not too sure, but I'm almost positive that I bet Daley Blind is not getting too far forward. They're allowing Mazraoui, the Moroccan international, to get further forward, and then Gravenberch and Alvarez are kind of the holding midfielders, and then of course Martinez, the Argentinian player, as well as Jurien Timber, who's someone that a lot of people seem to be rating at center back, or holding it down there. And then Anthony on the right hand side has been unbelievable for Ajax, and Steven Berghuis or Berghaus, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, I think it's Berghaus maybe, is made a very, very controversial move from Feyenoord to Ajax to a degree. Maybe if you knew anything about the Eredivisie, that's kind of selling your soul to a degree. And then Dusan Tadic, of course, kind of surprised that he's playing out wide, especially on the left-hand side out wide, but maybe he's actually drifting in a bit more middle into the center of the pitch. And then Sebastian Haller up front, of course. I would like to be interested in how Eric Ten Hag is running it over there. I want to see maybe the heat maps after all this. I would be very, very interested to check in on those heat maps. Big up Tato. Big up Tato. This guy's very much a big fan of Kavicha. Let me know. Actually, Tato, if you're still listening, let me know. Kavicha Kravatsky or maybe I'm forgetting a syllable or a noun or, sorry, not a noun, a vowel there. Let me know. Kavicha Kravatsky-Elia. Let me know if I'm saying it right. That's my best attempt. I think, maybe I've forgotten maybe a vowel in there, but he's a huge fan of some of the Georgian talent that's coming out, and rightfully so, because Kavicha has become one of my favorite players. Sincerely, one of my favorite players, and hopefully you're keeping well. Also, Tato, hopefully you're keeping well. Mac, I've been seeing people talk about Van de Beek to Spurs. What do you think about that? Um, I'd be happy to take him. It's just the thing with Van de Beek is I think we have too many similar players. I think he's not necessarily someone that would challenge in the holding midfield role. He's almost like Gio, where you can play a variety of positions when you think about it. And when you look at it that way, you kind of want somebody that can actually. We just have too many creative midfielders. I'll just answer it that way, Mac. We have too many. We have Tanguy. We have excuse that. We have Tanguy. We have Gio. We have so many more. And I just feel like it's just such a surplus in that position. It really is just too much of a surplus, if you ask me. It's just not maybe something I'd be interested in. Then again, though, Van de Beek works very hard. He works very, very hard on the pitch, and I think that's also maybe something that should be taken into account. But if we were to pay a big fee for him, I just wouldn't take him. I'd probably take him for 20 million. Not even kidding. I'd be kind of harsh about it. I'd probably be quite Daniel Levy about it. I wouldn't maybe offer too much because I just think he's a bit surplus to needs. I think we actually have Gio, Tanguy in those positions that he would play. And there's enough competition there. I just feel like there's enough competition there as it is. And then as well, you consider the fact that we do need a holding midfielder to, help out with Skippy and Højbjerg, especially when one of them, maybe has a suspension or either too many yellow cards accumulated and whatnot. It's just, I just feel like we need that holding midfielder, which is why I've gone for Bruno Guimaraes. This is the guy that I would pay any price for. And that's why I want Bruno Guimaraes. It was off of a corner, and Blin's goal was outside the box. There you are, Spurs 72. Sounds like a banger. Then was it a banger? Let me know. Did he hit it outside the box? There you are. Just kicked off for Atletico. Just kicked off for Atletico again. But there you are, everybody. I am now 45 minutes, 30 seconds in, 45 minutes, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 8, now approaching 45, 40. If you can sync up with me there, I'm 15 seconds away from 46 minutes. So hopefully you can sync up with me. But there you are. Each of my attempts in pronouncing Kavicha Kravatsky-Elia is is better than the previous one. That's actually there we are. There we are, Tato. And I wouldn't even dare to pronounce yours because again, you only have what is it? Looks like, only a few vowels in yours. I mean, honestly, beautiful names though, I will say. I'm kind of as someone who speaks German, not fluently but proficiently. It's not easy, or even also being an American English speaker. With how ignorant we are with pronouncing names, it's very, very hard. And I do like actually the sound of a lot of I would say Eastern European, kind of a Russian kind of names. I know Georgian language is not Russian at all, but to a degree it's quite similar. Phonetically, at least to me, it is. Maybe that's maybe inaccurate, but I really do, appreciate that, Tato, and also really do appreciate all the support they've given this channel. Really do appreciate it, and also I love that we both have that love for Kavicha. So there we are. I really do appreciate the love that we both share for him. Like I said, I'm not kidding. One of my favorite players. Like I said, actually one of my favorite players already. He is to a degree even He's almost more skillful than Tanguy and Ndombele. I would say that, for Spurs, he's almost more skillful than him. He's one of the greatest skillers I've ever seen, and so that's why I absolutely love Kavicha. So big yourself up, Tato. Big yourself up. Jimenez has come on for Kondogbia. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it's just a bit of a tactical change for Simeone to be a bit more defensive. As well as Fabinho has come on for Liverpool. I'm probably guessing it was for James Milner. I didn't check. I'm assuming it was for James Milner. If they took off Naby Keita, that's just a crime. It looks like they did. If they took off Naby Keita, that is a crime. You can't be taking off Naby Keita. Yeah, it looks like they did. That's pretty hard. That's horrible, actually, if you ask me. Atletico here, though, on the attack. Oh, DePaul, he's in! Oh, you got to be bearing that! You got to be bearing that! Oh, Rodrigo DePaul with a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pass. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You got to be bearing that. Oh, my God. You can't. Oh, this is Rodrigo DePaul, everybody. Rodrigo DePaul, he's the best defender. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Rodrigo DePaul, excuse me. He's the best passer in world football. He's the best passer in world football. You can't. Oh, look at this pass from DePaul. Oh, first time as well. Oh, you got to be bearing that, Carrasco. Christ. You got to be bearing that. Oh, my God. You can't. You can't. You can't. Oh, my God. How do you miss? How do you receive such a beautiful pass? Oh my God. You can't. No. No. You gotta bury that. That's horrible. You can't. Oh my God. You can't receive such a sexy pass like that and not bury that. Oh, that pains me. Oh my God. That pains me. You gotta bury that, Yannick. You gotta bury that. Wow. Oh my. Oh, that pains me. You have to bury that. Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. You got to be bearing that. Oh, this is again, everybody. Rodrigo de Paul. He makes me feel some kind of way. I love Rodrigo de Paul. The guy is just brilliant. He is just brilliant to watch. He's just such a ridiculous passer. He's just really is. Just really is. Oh, I can't get over that. That's actually giving me nightmares that Carrasco didn't finish that. That's just giving me yeah, that's just giving me nightmares. Give me nightmares. Brain Sample, great name by the way. Great name. The only reason Salah isn't thought as the best in the world is because he plays in the Premier League. Messi and Ronaldo played and tap in La Liga against mostly shit clubs. Big take there. Big take there. I would argue at the moment that Salah's, because of maybe Messi's age, also Messi's work rate, which is lack thereof, always has been lack thereof. Salah has surely surpassed him as the best player in the world. And I think that's actually a decent take, which is maybe why Salah's not up there. But from my understanding, is a lot of people are already rating, Salah's, the best right winger in the world, if you ask me. Blind beat, Spurs 72, blind beat a man and scored from the top of the box. Bottom left corner keeper was, so there you go. Thank you, Spurs 72. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. It seems like Shamu is about to be joining me, but Shamu, I'm going to give you a big introduction, and hopefully you can hold down the fort for just a moment, because I do have to hit, as David would say, the jacks, Shamu. So I do have to hit the jacks at a certain rate. But brain sample, just before, I just want to greet everybody. Harry Kane will go on to win the Golden Boot trophy this season. Kane is back. He is back, Brain. He's absolutely back. He's absolutely back. You have to realize it is a red card for Antoine Griezmann. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see the challenge. I need to see this challenge first. I really do need to see it. I actually was missing it. And Diego Simeone with the hands. Diego Simeone with the hands. Brain Sample, by the way, fantastic name. Are you, in fact, maybe related? If not, Brains McLeod. Let me know. Are you Brains McLeod? If not, again, fantastic, name though, regardless. Diego Simeone with the hands, everybody. I did not see the challenge, actually. I did not see the challenge. I was actually looking down at the comments. Oh! Oh! Oh, I don't know what to make of that. That is a high boot. Very much a high boot. Is that a red card? It is dangerous play. I don't know. Is that a red card? It just seems to be. I feel like that's an orange. I think it's a yellow. I think it's a yellow. You ask me. Maybe, maybe just. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a yellow. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But fantastic performance by Griezmann. That just seems like doesn't really feel like a real red card. But I did say in the beginning of the match, the fact that Atletico continue to accumulate red cards in every match, it is just brilliant. I love watching Atletico for that reason. You always are guaranteed a red card. You're always guaranteed a red card. You really are. You're always guaranteed one. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Big Papa, I know. Let me know, everybody. Was that a red card? Yeah, thank you, Zanuska. What did you actually get it for? What did you actually get it for? Reckless challenge. It was a reckless challenge. It was, but Firmino, he looks completely fine at the end of the day. And also, like, it's a high boot, but is a high boot like that really a red card? It's not like, he went for his shins or anything like that. Maybe I'm just kind of grew up with the Pepe era. I grew up in the Pepe Sergio Ramos era, so maybe I'm wrong, but that's just me personally about it. Yeah, I don't agree with the red either. Really don't agree with the red either. Yeah, really don't. Sincerely don't. Yeah, yellow. I think caution the guy did not try to kick him. Shmoo, I'm not bringing you in. I do apologize. It's just clearly, I missed something while I was about to bring you in. Big moment there. So I'm about to bring you in. Shmoo, how we keeping, brother?
How are we? Yeah, good. I was just having some sleep. I was going to join you for the start, but sleep was calling me.
Yeah, sleep definitely good, especially given the 13-hour time difference that I do believe we are experiencing at the moment. So, very, very big yourself up for joining us. And Shamu, I mean, maybe take us through it, and then as you give your answer and maybe narrate the rest of the match, don't really what I mean, how about first maybe what minute are you on, Shamu? I'm at 54 minutes, 55 seconds, about to hit 55.
54:50.
You're at 54:50, so I'm actually a bit ahead of you
now. 56. Yeah, I'll skip ahead and then I can pause.
There we go. So I'm at 55:10. I'm at 55:10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll be close to each other enough. Was that a yellow card? Red card? What about it for you?
Yeah, we'll be pretty close now. My phone is just...
No problem. What about, was that a yellow card, red card for you?
Gave the red, but after looking at it again, it doesn't... After looking at it again, I would say yellow, but I see why the reason he gave a red, because he just kicked him in the face, basically. Sweet chin music.
Yeah. I think it's also as well that, like,
these days kind of sees contact with the face, he's probably going to give it a red.
Also, I mean, if you're probably, you're a man of European football. I mean, you've seen how many reds that Atletico have accumulated this season as well, so it's probably not a surprise, right? I feel like I've seen a red card in all of their matches this season. Not Champions League, but just, La Liga in general.
Probably. Yeah, I'm 56 now, just hitting 56 even. 56:02.
Okay, I'm about 8 seconds ahead, which isn't too much of an issue, but
okay. No, I should be able to get that.
Well, if you're down to hold the fort for maybe a bit, feel free to do so, because I just do need to hit the jacks, as David would say, and I do apologize, everybody. Hopefully you can, bear with me, but, doing a casual Champions League watch along. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, everybody. Do let me know if you have, but I will be back very shortly, I promise.
Come on. All right, lads, how are we? It's just Shamu here now. It's Shamu TV. Move over, Flat Cat Euro Talk. That's all you need. You just need Shamu. I've only just really started to watch the game, so bear with me. Liverpool just passing it around in the Atletico half at the moment. Not too interesting. How are we, Lazy 8? How are we? Ooh, chance there just over the bar. Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson over the bar. Give me a battered Mars bar and an iron brew. New Zealand, I'm in. New Zealand. Oh, you know, always has a good ring to it when Shamu's involved. Ring, ring, ring a ding ding. Hopefully, I'll be timed up with Jack when he comes back. Always seems to be a bit of a teething issue with. Oh, we're going another card. There's been an elbow. Here's Milner with a yellow. Oh, this is the professional challenge. This is the professional channel here. So, you know, I thought it'd be just a bit weird if I just come on with the mask and start doing this stuff, you know. It's just me here at the moment. It's quite. Hey, he's
There
back.
we are. There we are. Sorry about that, Shamu. Hopefully nothing went wrong in that time period.
Nah, everyone's still here. I don't think many people are pissed off.
Looks
I can get him on. He's just in the corner there.
Goose Shamu. Big yourself up, everybody. Very, very thank you. Honestly,
cat
getting a
there.
lot of Georgian love. Getting a lot of Georgian love here. Getting a lot of Georgian love. I can tell by this what's the right word for it? It's not calligraphy, or it's just the right, you know, the writing there. I don't know why I can forget it. The smart word for it, but the Georgian love I'm appreciating and really do love it because, again, you know, like I said, Kavicha, one of my favorite players, and again, any more Georgian internationals that would like to support this channel and you know, enjoy this channel, I would be happy to look into any other, you know, Georgian talents that might exist. But appreciate all the love. I do appreciate all the love at the moment. It's very unbelievable. And Tato, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tato. Thank you so much for recommending this channel to some of your fellow Georgian friends there.
What
and
time
so
are you
big
on, Jack?
yourself up. I think I did just see that chance surpass there. It seemed like
5. I'm going 5:40.
the Felipe looked like he had a decent chance there, right?
Yeah.
I'm now approaching 60 minutes.
That's a very good chance.
Just hit 60 minutes. I just hit 60 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm got 3 seconds behind, so right. I'll deal with that.
3 seconds? How many? I can't.
60:06, 60:07, 60.
Oh, this
10,
is horrible.
60,
Actually,
11,
Paramount Plus doesn't
60,
even allow
12.
you to pause it. Unless they do. What
Selfish.
time are you at?
Very selfish of them.
What time are you at?
60:23, 60:24.
Yeah, but it just updates to live every time that I do that. It's actually horrible. Actually, it's horrible. Paramount Plus,
Right.
get your shit
You
together.
missed,
Get your shit
James
together.
got a yellow
Paramount
card,
Plus.
and Andy Robertson had a chance.
Just took down Koke by the looks of it, or Rodrigo de Paul. I mean, Shamu, I know you know your football, but DePaul, I mean, that guy, I find him to be insane. I love Rodrigo DePaul. Like, he is.
Who's that?
I made this claim earlier. I think he's the best passer in world football. You know, I just genuinely do think he is. We saw that chance that Carrasco blew, you know, with that first time pass that he slipped into the box. You know, I think Rodrigo DePaul is just, I don't know. He's one of my favorite players. If I could take 5 players with me to a deserted island, Shamu, he would be one of them. He really would. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable to watch.
He's
big
a
up, you know,
brilliant. Was he in Udinese last season?
Yeah, and it's funny too because he's kind of he was a very highly rated talent, but he just never kind of reached. I don't know. It's just never reached the potential. But he's a bit of a late bloomer to a degree. He was at Valencia, I believe, for a long time, DePaul, and then he went to Udinese and then just made a name for himself and is now just absolutely killing it at Atletico. But FC Mayday, big yourself up and appreciate all the love. Really do appreciate it. brain sample. I am in the USA. Maybe you're talking about, FC Mayday. I'm sure you might be a Georgian international. So big yourself up as well, brain sample. And again, not sure. I'm pretty sure you're not Brains McLeod, but if you are, do let me know. Do let me know. But again, I love all the brains that we're having in this chat at the moment. Big yourself up, brain sample. People are happy to see Shamu. Nice ring to it. Shamu
Leipzig
TV.
are beating PSG 2-1.
Oh, come on. There we go. Immer weiter. Zuda Leipziger. Immer weiter. Zuda Leipziger. There we go. Love to hear it. Absolutely love to hear it. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the yellow card.
Which is quite a big result.
That was huge. I mean, Ajax, if they were to get another good result, they might be already, secured for the next rounds, which would make, my predictions probably quite wrong, if I can remember.
If Ajax can hold on this result, they'll be 3 points ahead of Dortmund, 9 points, and then Dortmund on 6.
JC, first time I've seen you with that wrestling mask. Look at that handsome face, JC. Look at that handsome face. Look at that handsome face. You got to take it in. Breathe it in, JC. Breathe it in. And RB Leipzig pull ahead of PSG, just like you said. Just like you said. Big yourself up. Big yourself up. Cyrillic. Thank you, Lazy. I know it's not Cyrillic, but because that I think has to do with the Russian or Serbian language. But I'm trying to remember what you just call writing. Maybe I'll just look it up at a certain point. Lazy. I'm clearly losing my smart words for it. But whatever you call people's various languages writing. It's not Roman. It's like the Roman alphabet. Script. There you are. It's script. There you are. Very, 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 very smart man, Shemu. There you are. There you are. You learn something. You learn something on every flag.
Not just good looking, You
learn something on every flag.
Exactly. All that looks. It's about the brains.
It's about the brains there. Pochettino getting fired in the morning. Yeah, that's what we need to see.
Yeah.
That's what we need to see. And then he needs to prepare himself for that Spurs job that's coming quite soon. Spurs 72.
To be honest, I was thinking about that word for a while since you're like, oh, what's that word? I was like, what is it?
I used to, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Oh, Rodrigo to Paul, please play a pass here. Oh, that would have been dime. Ooh. That could have been a dime. Well defended by Joel Matip.
That was a silky touch leading into the pass.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player, Joel Matip. I will
highly
say,
underrated, Highly underrated.
Yeah, Matip. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of, especially after Van Dijk's injury, Van Dijk, I would say, actually doesn't look the same ever since. Also, Jovetic, still is in his nightmares after what he did to him in the friendlies. I just feel like Van Dijk doesn't look the same. But in a goal, very, very scary shot there by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Shamu, for Liverpool to take Naby Keita off, I thought was a crime. I mean, you can't score a goal like that and then take him off. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Maybe because he was getting destroyed down that left-hand side for, Atletico or Liverpool's right-hand side. But I don't know. You can't score a goal like that and then just be taken off. Like, you know what I mean?
I didn't see the goal, but I only could imagine it would be to do with injury because he seems to always pick up an injury here and there. So maybe he's playing cautious.
Yeah, he has an injury almost every match. So
straight out of the David Harris playbook.
Brain sample. If you're in the USA, the Mexican channel 2DN and Vivo are broadcasting the match. Yeah, there you are, Brain sample. There you are. Thank you for the update. I'm watching on Paramount Plus though, but I bet might be a bit more exciting maybe on Vivo. Might be a bit more exciting.
I'll be back in a sec, Jack. I just gotta have a morning breakfast.
No. Thank you, Shamu, for joining me. Thank you again for giving me the bit of the
I'll be back in a second. Just give me I'll be, yeah, something like that.
Big Papa saying he was stuck at Udinese who weren't wanting to sell Big Papa. There you go. But I think he made that move to Udinese because he was very highly rated during his days at Valencia. If I'm not mistaken, Big Papa, let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I think he was very highly rated as an up-and-coming player, as a very talented player, of course, at Valencia. But then he made that move to Udinese, to get the recognition that he now deserves. And maybe you're right, actually. They were very, very stuck on selling him. And now they've given him back to La Liga in the form of Atletico Madrid. But again, I would say Big Papa, one of my favorite players. Genuinely one of my favorite players. I would pay any price for that guy. And there are only so many players I would say that about. There are only so many players I would say that about. Bruno Guimaraes being one of them. The guy that we did just review on this channel. I'd pay any price for him, as well as Rodrigo de Paul. Of course, Rodrigo de Paul, he's not coming to our club Spurs. Certainly isn't. But I'd pay any price for that guy. He is ridiculous. Thomas Lemar here picking off. Oh, and he plays a beautiful pass. Come on, Carrasco. Drive, Carrasco. Drive. Being a bit too slow there. You need to take advantage of that when, Trent Alexander-Arnold loses the ball there. You actually need to take advantage of that. All that talent that Pochettino has at his disposal. Why is he always scraping by? Spurs 72, let me know what you think of this theory. In my opinion, I think with Pochettino, he actually needs players that will listen to him. At PSG, the problem is that there are too many personalities. There are too many personalities at PSG. Just too many. And you need to be almost like a Carlo Ancelotti type, a Zidane type, just someone that can handle that sort of personality and someone that can handle those kind of toxic players, because they are. I mean, Neymar is a very toxic player, as well as Messi, a very toxic player. And then Mbappe, to a degree, is becoming his own kind of toxic player. And you have to acknowledge that. Like, you have to take that into consideration. There are just so many personalities at that club, and that makes it very, very difficult. And I think Pochettino is just not ready for that. He's not prepared for that. He's just not the kind of manager to be able to handle that. And that's how I feel about it. And personally as well, it's a front three where no one in that entire front three presses. And that makes it then very, very difficult on the midfield. When you think about it as well, Mbappe doesn't press or even works hard defensively. Messi doesn't press, doesn't work hard defensively. Neymar doesn't press and work hard defensively. So that means then that the midfield is going to take on all of the attack, all of the pressure. And that's why Club Brugge had such a fantastic game against them, because they could just bypass that front three so easily. There wasn't one player in that side that was able to press. And when you take it into consideration, that's what makes it very difficult. And even that's why Thomas Tuchel, who's had such a fantastic spell at Chelsea, was struggling with PSG, is because you need somebody in that front three that can be unselfish. There are just so few unselfish players in the PSG team. There really are. And even also taking Leandro Paredes out of the side, who David I know really rates, taking him out of the side was a huge mistake, because he's a very unselfish player. Idrissa Gana Gueye is doing as much as he can. It's just, I think that's what it personally is. I just don't think he has enough players in the side, to, how do you say? He just doesn't have enough players in the side to, get through to. He just has too many personalities, just too many. And I don't think it says a lot about Poch personally. Really don't think it does. I think it just says a lot about PSG. And that's how they're going to continue to work. They just need to realize that you can't build, a FIFA team. It's just not FIFA in real life. And they need to realize that. And maybe eventually they will. Or Thomas Tuchel, or, maybe Carlo Ancelotti will come through, and I don't know. It's just, I think that you need someone that can manage all these personalities and find the best formation and the best way of going about it. But I don't think Pochettino's the man to do it. And that's how I think about it. I just think he's got it all wrong tactically. I think he's got it all wrong. And to a degree, I'm kind of glad about it, because I don't really think he needs to expect to do it well tactically as well. I'll continue to reference this, and I've referenced this before. When Bayern played PSG, I think PSG got very lucky last season. Very lucky. They relied on the pace and the timing of the runs of Neymar and Mbappe. But you really think about it, like, Bayern, what did they have? Like a 1.32 shots or something, like 14 on target, like against PSG. It was Keylor Navas that was their best player in those games. It just, I don't know. It just says a lot about PSG. They have the best team, but they can actually get pinned in their own half, and they can actually, to a degree, I don't know. It's just, they don't play like a team with that kind of quality should play. They simply don't. I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, why is Pochettino getting it wrong there, Shamu?
I don't know. Like you said, I think it's just all the personalities for him. It's a hard job. You got Neymar, Messi. That on itself is quite hard, and the expectation from is quite high. So I don't know. I think it might take him a bit of time, like it did with Spurs, to kind of get.
But he lost the league last season, though, as well. As much as he joined late, though, he has so much time, though.
They just got to give him time, I think, because we all know he's a good manager, and everyone knows that, So I think I just want to see him out of that PSG job so he can come home to.
Yeah, come home. We need him to come home, Shamo. We need him to come home.
That'll be so good.
Yeah, I agree. Sanuska, though, saying PSG versus Leipzig, showing that it's teamwork and fluidity that pay off, not just big names. There you go, Sanuska. I mean, just saying it in a much more efficient way than I was even saying it. That's much more efficient than the way I was saying it, Sanuska. So pick yourself up. Well said. And few words as well. Much fewer words. So pick yourself up. AE saying, that sending off looked harsh and has ruined the contest. I agree. But look at Simeone. He's absolutely pumping the crowd up. There you go. With the all black suit as well. I'm rocking the all black Adidas training, kit as well. So, he approves of it. He approves of it. Diego Simeone, I would honestly, as well as Jose, I mean, I would run through a wall. I'd run through a player. I would 2-foot a player for those guys. I mean, I absolutely adore them. I absolutely do. Spurs 72, just talking to AE. 2-2. Now Messi tap in. There you go. Messi with a tap in, but still, I think it's just, I don't know. PSG, I'm not too worried about them.
Merchant.
Not too worried about PSG. I genuinely think Bayern are winning it. They can't not win it. Like the way that they're playing, they just again, like I said last season, they absolutely dominated PSG and somehow didn't win it. I think it just had to do with poor finishing by Bayern, really did. Also maybe poor tactical insight by Hansi Flick at times, but even with Hansi Flick, they just still absolutely dominated PSG. It's just PSG just relied on pace and relied on the finishing and the world-class ability of Mbappe and Neymar. And I don't know if Pochettino will be able to do it, again, as well as I think a lot of the Bayern players, I think they're even rasped in interviews, like which team would you like to beat next? Which team that, do you have a vendetta against, basically? And they all answer PSG like they are up for that match whenever it happens. They were very, very hard done by, if you ask me. Kane the long shot, we should all take into account Pochettino's limitations. He's still learning a lot as a coach. Exactly. Kane the long shot, that's actually very insightful. Again, he's a very young coach, Kane. Very, very young coach. He still has a lot to learn. And I would argue he does a lot better with youth. He does a lot better with the younger players, does a lot better with, what do you say, players that are gullible is maybe a hard way to put it, but just players that have something to prove, players that don't have personalities, don't have egos. That's what he does well with.
I agree. The players who just need that confidence and that boost that, you can do that job and just do what you can do good, and you'll suit the team well. He'll make that work. Just get everyone working as a unit. Like with Spurs,
Penalty.
Oh, it's a penalty. That looked like a penalty. Yeah, it's penalty.
That is horrible defending. There's no need for that as well. There's no need for that. That is horrible defending.
Shades of Eric Dyer.
Shades of Eric Dyer by Mario Hermoso. He's up and up. Jan Oblak as well. He's, to maybe give him the save. And I love when Simeone fixes the belt as well. I love when he fixes the belt every time. He's the skinniest man on the planet, but he still somehow is trying to fix the belt. Oh, what is that? It's just Eric Dyer.
That's a penalty. Sorry, brain sample. That is a penalty. Brain sample. Look at that. That's a penalty. Sorry.
He looked at the player as well. He looked at the player like, no, that's just foolish. That's just foolish. I mean, brain sample might be a bit soft.
Illegal tackle in the American League, but
brain sample might be a bit soft. It could be a soft penalty, but at the same time, you just can't do that. That's just foolish. It's just foolish. It's just not, that's an Eric Dyer kind of defending. That's Eric Dyer defending right there.
Did Mexico in the world of horse breeding,
Poch would be the equivalent of a teaser, teasing the mare until the real stud does the job. Bit of a hot take, JC, but kind of want to agree. Jan Oblak. Jan Oblak is practically Diego Simeone in goal. I would say Jan Oblak. You need to save this.
Especially with that solid
needs to save this, but Salah does not miss penalties. He does not miss penalties, Salah.
Yeah, and he's on fire at the moment. He's on form.
Yeah, he buries it, and Salah buries it. That's unfortunate. That is
It's a nice
unfortunate. Big
penalty
up
too.
Ronan O'Donnell, though. Big up Ronan O'Donnell. You're now up, honestly. That is Ronan O'Donnell, finally, honestly, as well. You guys, I wouldn't say you deserve it, Ronan. I wouldn't say you deserve it. But there you are. You're 3-2 up. There you are. Players that are malleable. Yeah, that's a great way to put it again. In fewer words, Kane, the long shot. In fewer words, again, you guys are being a lot more
PSG
efficient with
3-2.
your words than I am. But brain sample, I mean, let me know, brain sample. Let me know your reasoning for why that wasn't a penalty. I'd be interested to know. I'd be very interested to know why that wasn't a penalty for you. But I just feel like while it may be a bit of a soft penalty, you just can't. Maybe a soft penalty, but you just simply can't. You just simply can't. Look at that. Like, he looked at the player before he knocked him to the ground. He looked at the player before, he made the challenge. It's classic. It's just a classic penalty. As much as it was kind of a sad penalty to concede, we don't want them to
In
concede that
front of
kind
the
of
ref too.
penalty. Yeah, it's asking, what is it? What's the word, or the phrase, Schmidt? It's like you're just forcing the ref to make the decision. You're just forcing him to make a decision, and he made, to a
exactly.
degree, maybe the right
forcing it,
decision. I'm
Get
getting,
up.
honestly, a lot of some new subscribers as well from, I think we probably surpassed 400 as well. So big up. I think we just surpassed 400 subscribers. So everybody, big yourselves up. Big yourselves up for all the
Big up the
support,
army.
honestly. Big yourselves up. Big up the Flat Cap Army. Getting a lot of subscribers. And I think a lot of them seem to have a Georgian surname. So Tato, I absolutely love you, Tato. I absolutely love you. Big up for all the support, Tato. Really, honestly, unbelievable. He seems to be recommending, maybe the channel to a bunch of friends, colleagues, other kind of football fans in Georgia, because I've gotten now 4 or 5 subscribers in a row with Georgian surnames. So there you go. Honestly, the Georgian army is here. The Georgian army is here. Big yourselves up. Big yourselves up. But if you're still listening,
The ball's coming off.
brain sample, do let me know. I do actually really want to know maybe what your reasoning is for the penalty, because I just feel like, you're welcome to have your opinion on it, and I could be wrong. I don't want it to be a penalty, actually, brain sample. That's kind of my logic, because I genuinely don't want that to be a penalty. I want that, to be ruled off. But it's just, my immediate thought, like Shamu's, was that's a penalty. Luis Suarez coming on, which will be interesting. Hopefully he sharpened the chompers.
Yeah, take a bite out of a Matip or something. Some of the defenders. Ooh,
another penalty!
Felix
Come on! Vamos! Come on! Come on! Come on! It's got to go both ways, ref. It's got to go both ways. That's beautiful. Please, ref.
That's definitely, that's another pin. That's another silly challenge. That's a pin. That's a pin. Not as harsh as the other one, but that's enough to give it a pin. That's enough. That's enough.
What's actually funny, by the way, is I thought
don't give me the pin.
I thought actually Allison as well. Wasn't he supposed to be hurt earlier? Did you see that, Shamu? I thought he was hurt earlier. Oh, whoever it was onside. Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier wins the pen.
What are they going to say? He's offside.
Or no, it's Jimenez.
Yeah, that's
it was
a pen.
Jimenez.
Soft, but I'll see. I see them giving that. That's a pen.
That is a pen. That is a pen. That genuinely is a pen. You can't be tripping him up like that. You
Yeah,
can't be tripping
he's running
him up
behind.
like
All it takes is that. All it takes is that when you're running, in a direction.
Oh, fuck off, Hendo. Like, actually, Hendo, really, just get off my screen. Get off my screen. Hendo, you got a game of cards that you got to be organizing
Andy
tonight
Robertson
with the England
there
team.
complaining as well. That's totally ridiculous.
Oh, he's tripping over him as well. That is horrible.
Ludicrous. Andy Robertson was saying that's totally ludicrous.
What I love about Jimenez, though, for that one, Jimenez, after he gets tripped up, right, he lifts the legs up at him as well, just to give him a big old cleat. Honestly, again, Atletico, the shithousery, I just love. I do love it. Imagine getting tripped up like that.
They love it.
The penalty,
Simeone will be
and then
loving
you cleat
this.
the guy. Simeone will love it. They bury this. He will. He's pacing up and down. He is. Look at the eyes. They're just absolutely wide open. They're absolutely wide open from Simeone. No, it isn't.
It looks like Edge when he's about to hit a spear.
brain sampling now. That's a penalty. I see where brain sample's allegiances lie. That's what he's saying. That's it. Oh, they're going to VAR. You can't be. No, ref. You can't be, ref. No. Here's the thing, Ronan, I will concede. I think the penalty that Atletico conceded to you guys was more of a penalty. I think, Ronan, I would say this one is far less of a penalty than the one previously that you guys, that the one that Mario Hermoso gave you guys was much more of a penalty. This one, I would say 2 degrees also a penalty. If you ask me, I think it is. That's just my belief.
It is, but I can see why they're reviewing it. It's way less harsh.
Big ups to Anuska. And again, one of the first subscribers as well as Anuska.
When you're playing anything in slow-mo, though, it's hard to see any contact. Anytime they play stuff in slow-mo, it makes, you can't see anything, because in real time, it's so much different.
No penalty! Fuck off, ref. Oh, my gosh. You can't be, ref. No! Oh, referee.
I thought it was a pin.
That's
in real time.
That
looked like a pin.
I think that actually
genuinely was.
Because again, another very soft one. It's a very soft penalty, but it's just
when you watch it in slow-mo, it looks like there's no contact.
No, I mean, Christ, he runs right through him. He runs right through him. Again, that is a penalty. That is a penalty.
See when you watch it in real time, it looks,
I mean, no, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. They're taking Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's been a complete liability the whole game.
That's bullshit.
That's actually, I don't know. That's a penalty for me. That really is. As much as they both very soft penalties, but that's a penalty. You can't be doing that. You just can't be. I mean, he's not defending. Again, he's doing the exact same thing where he's not actually trying to defend the ball. He's trying to defend the man. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's not a penalty. That's just a penalty.
It was the contact for that as well in the back.
Yeah, and he trampled over him. That's Liverpool. There we go. Spurs 72. It is
when
Liverpool.
You watch it in real time. Exactly.
Even in slow motion, it's still just, I mean, you can't just trip up the guy's legs like that, especially if you're behind him, Shamu. Like, you just can't. It's maybe you can give him a shove.
Exactly.
You know, I think you're allowed to shove him, and maybe get away with
when
it. When
you see that motion,
he's intentionally trying to trip up his legs. He's trying to make him trip. And when you think about it that way, that's just a penalty for me. I think Ronan, if I wouldn't have probably said that if he gave like a shove and then maybe and then Jimenez, fell to the floor and maybe play acted a bit. I would say then it maybe be more of debate, but like you can't trip up a guy's legs like that. You just simply can't. Like that is a pen. That is a pen. But Ronan, again, my bias comes through. I think it's probably as well as yours. But big yourself up, Ronan. Big yourself up, Ronan. Jack or Spurs in the Champions League. No, we're not, Ronan. But to be honest, it doesn't matter. That's a pen. It's a pen, Ronan. Big yourselves up, though. Honestly, big yourself up, Ronan. Appreciate, you watching this game with me. Appreciate you tuning in for this one. But for me, Ronan, it's a pen. It's a pen. I just, Ronan, I don't see how you can trample over, like trampling. Like it's trampling over a guy. You can't do it. You just simply can't.
Even in real time, the ref gave it. So he obviously thought there was enough there. When you watch anything in slow-mo, it's hard to gauge.
Kane long shot, even better than the Champions League. We didn't want the Champions League, not hard enough. Big up, Kane. Big up, Kane. No, it's the Conference of Champions. That's where we're in, actually. Kane long shot. It's not the Champions League. We're in the Conference of Champions. It's just it's a competition that it's only meant for champions, Kane. It's only meant for champions.
It's the Champions League. The hipster Champions League.
It's the real Champions League. That's what I'll tell you. Ronan, though, I could tell, though, Ronan. I could tell it, Ronan, that, you're a bit nervous this match. I could tell you're a bit nervous because I think you didn't deserve this one as well. I really don't think you deserved it because I will say some of the chances that Atletico have created have been much better than the ones that, to a degree, I would even say, Ronan, again, maybe my bias comes through here, but Alisson has been your best player, and that says something. That says something. Alisson's been your best player. He simply has. He's kept you in the match, and that's all I would say, Ronan. So when you think about it that way, you'd have to maybe argue then that, you're probably quite lucky to be up at the moment. I would say you're quite lucky to be up. But again, Ronan, appreciate you as well for tuning in. I appreciate the banter as well. Honestly, it's made it a lot more lively. It's made it a lot more lively having you in the chat for this one. And I really do appreciate that. And also big yourself up. Jack, are you a Spurs fan? Yeah, I mean, Brain Sample, if you're not subscribed to the Irish Hotspur, go find me over at the Irish Hotspur as well. Absolutely a Spurs fan. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Go find me over at the Irish Hotspur. I just kind of, this is our sister channel. This is our sister channel, our second channel, you might say, Brain Sample. This is kind of the channel to maybe talk more kind of European football, more European content that maybe are outside of Spurs. And so that's why I've kind of been in charge of it. I've kind of been responsible for it to the best of my ability, Brain Sample. So this is kind of what this channel is for. But most of the people that do tune in to this one, are just fans of European football, if not Spurs fans. So there you are, Brain Sample. You have a home here, as well as the Irish Hotspur, though. And it's in the link in the description down below, Brain Sample. So head on over to the Irish Hotspur if you haven't already. Tato's saying, yeah, I tried my best. You're going to have more and more subs. Just keep doing your job. Tato, appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate you. Big up. Big up. And again, my Kravatsky Elia pronunciation will get better and better. It'll get better and better. Get better and better. Trust that. Absolutely trust that. Brain Sample, I'm subbing now. There you go. One more to the Irish Hotspur. I've never would have thought I would have given one to the Irish Hotspur. So there you are. That is kind of the main channel. That's a much bigger channel that, again, is all Spurs content only. You can find it over there. If you've enjoyed anything I've said, Brain Sample, I'm kind of to a degree known over there as kind of a bit of the stats man, as someone that, is definitely known for his knowledge of European, kind of players and whatnot, as well as just I do enjoy, looking at maybe kind of football reference or FB ref, sofa score, things like that. Those are kind of the things that I use over there. If you're kind of into that kind of stuff, that's what I'm kind of doing over there. But I'm alongside someone named David Harris, an actual Irishman. And I think you'll really enjoy that content. I think you'll find a home over there, Brain Sample. And I really want to see you over there, Brain Sample. I want to see you over there. I really do. I need to see you over there, in fact. And when you ever show up over there, big yourself up, and I'll be happy to give you a big, big shout out for all the support that you've given me tonight. Really big yourself up, and looking forward to seeing you over there. Apologies for the voice cracks as well, everybody. Somehow I've lost my voice already for this one. But Brain Sample, again, I'm seeing you over there, and I'm giving you a big shout out, my man. Everybody here in the chat is also as well Brain Sample. They're all over at the Irish Hotspur. They're all over at the Irish Hotspur. So you find a lot of friends. It's a very inviting community. It's the Flat Cap Army. It's the Harris Army. You'll find a very, very, very inviting community there. Champions League is too mainstream.
Tell them that
dude, on a cold rainy night with Slovenia. No, he can't, Ken. He simply can. The Slovenian league, the Slovenian Super League, it's not for everybody, Kane. It's only for a select class of players. It really is. It's only for a select class of players.
I've got to head off.
Yeah, it really could have changed it regardless. It really could have changed it. Really good. It's a news cut, but that's me. Also, Tato, big yourself up. Really do appreciate you. Tato, single-handedly, you have brought me over 400. Single-handedly. And I really want to big yourself up. Of course, everyone else, again, I really appreciate the support that I've received from everybody here. Well done. Really, everybody. And I really do appreciate everybody that tunes in to everything that we put on over here. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the scout reports. They've been doing really, really well. I enjoy making them. They've taken this channel very, very far. But again, I really have appreciated all the support that I've received on this channel. And I'm very, very grateful for it and believe that. Everybody's welcoming you in, especially Zanuska. She will welcome you in because she's an absolute saint of both of these channels. She is a saint of both of these channels. So you would definitely find, oh, that's a brilliant tackle by Felipe. That is a brilliant tackle. Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
I love those.
That's just taking the man out of
Anytime
the game
someone
there.
does that on a Liverpool player. I've got to head off now anyway, Jack.
Yeah, there you go, Shamil. I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you very much for joining me, when you could. And also everybody, big up Shamu as well. As you know, maybe he tunes in for a lot of these. He's on both channels. And also he continues to help me out in every way that he can on this channel. But big yourself up, Shamu. Thanks for joining.
All good, no problem, Jack. I'm off to get my second COVID jab, so hopefully I'm all right.
I'll tell you, it's like a 24-hour experience. I'll tell you that. And,
all good. That sounds
you
like a
gotta
bit of fun
bury
then.
that. Oh, you gotta bury that. It's on Hill Correa. On Hill Correa's gotta bury that. Oh my god. Gotta bury that, my man. Simeone's even
In
laughing
FIFA,
about
he
it.
would have blasted that. He's a beast in FIFA.
He is a beast.
All good. See you guys.
Big up, Shamu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shamu. Big yourself up. Everybody, big Shamu up. He's absolutely class. Again, made this a whole lot easier for me, especially made this a whole lot easier. But JC, you might be right. You genuinely might be right, JC. I think you probably have a good point. I think you probably have a very good point. It's just I kind of wanted this to be a bit more interesting. I just maybe thought maybe the penalty needed to be because Atletico probably need to do a better finishing job for this one. Need to do a much better finishing job. And they didn't finish the chances that they had. They kept trying to dink Alisson when to a degree, they didn't need to. They could have just played it through his legs. They could have just finished it, and I think Liverpool by far did not create the better chances. Did not create any better chances. I think Atletico created clear chances, and they just didn't bury them. They just simply didn't bury them. And maybe that was probably why I wanted them to get that penalty, is because to a degree I felt like they deserved it. But at the same time, it's up to them to finish it. It's up to them to finish it. So JC, you're probably right, and Ronan O'Donnell is probably, agreeing with you there. And I think he should. Dave is the best hype man on YouTube. If you need confidence, watch Dave. There you go, brain sample. If you need the confidence, as a Spurs fan, if you're lacking it, there you go. I absolutely agree, Kane. I absolutely agree. I just completely agree. There you go. That's why I love Dave myself. Thank you, Zanuska. I love Shamu as well. He's a very, very good friend. Everybody wishing Shamu a good one. Again, he's also very, very kind on both channels, as well as you are, Zanuska. So big yourself up. And I would have loved to have you for this one. I understand it is the work day for you. So it's completely understandable. But on this weekend, maybe we can watch a bit of Bundesliga or maybe a bit of, something else, maybe Serie A, who knows. But big yourself up, Zanuska. Real legend. Zidane would be good for PSG, Mac. He really would be good for PSG. I completely agree. Looking forward to West Ham versus Spurs. Very important match. A must win for Spurs. I completely agree, Brand Sample. I completely agree. I really do completely agree. I would get ahead of myself. I really would. I would say if we beat West Ham, especially away from home, I'd like to think, that maybe top 5, top 4 is on. I'd really like to think so. But Brain Sample, you're only getting that opinion over at the Irish Hotspur. Believe me, you're only getting that opinion there. Penalty rewarded to PSG. And then smoked over the crossbar. Mbappe on the pen. Did he miss another pen? Jerry, don't tell me if Mbappe took it, he missed another pen. That man should not take another penalty. He really shouldn't. Must be beat. The wet spam. There you go, Ken. You heard it as well. The wet spam. This has been a good watch along, though. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it. Again, maybe apologize for my lack of, actual commentary, but at the same time, I know you guys are watching it, and I know that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. But in my opinion, wow, did I just see what I think I saw? If I just saw what I think I saw, everybody, that was Diego Simeone running away from Jurgen Klopp. Running away from Jurgen Klopp. He did not shake Jurgen's hand. If that's just a bit of that shithousery that I was talking about with with Simeone, again, that is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. He did not shake Simeone's hand. Simeone did not shake Jurgen Klopp's hand. I think we all saw what we saw. Genuinely, I think we just saw that. He ran away down the tunnel like Jurgen Klopp does. Jurgen Klopp does that at all half times. Likes to run away into the tunnel, do that big, nice jog. But wow, he didn't shake his hand. That's shocking. That genuinely is shocking. Jurgen Klopp is furious, I bet. That again adds a bit more attention to the rivalry. And I would say I don't know if they deserved it. I really don't know if they deserved it, Liverpool, but that is actually genuinely shocking. That is very much shocking. I am shocked. Simeone surprises me every match. He really does surprise me every match. But apologies, everybody. Also, I didn't even change the scoreline on the banner, so I might as well just take that down. It was 3-2 to Liverpool. A bit undeservedly, in my opinion. Bit undeservedly, but wow. Simeone did not shake his hand. Just ran away from him. That's something to be said. Something to be said. Very much something to be said. Yeah, brain sample saying, yeah, he ran away. Spurs have a better attacking force than West Ham and are showing improvement on form. I would just say, brain sample, if you're around Friday, it will be close to around Friday Eastern time in the US. It'd be around 3:30, 3:30 time. If you're in the UK, it'd be around 8:30, 8:30. We do a thing called Stats with Jack, and I'll give you all the breakdown for how maybe we can break down West Ham, not only attacking wise, but also how West Ham can hurt us. If you kind of like those kind of breakdowns, I'm pretty sure you would love that channel. Again, please, 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 the Irish Hotspur is your new home, my man. It is your new home. That is shocking, though. I can't believe he actually ran away. Somehow I hope Antonio can't play, and he always finds a way to punish us. Yeah, he really does, Kane. He really does. Like Antonio he's going to be a nightmare. He really is going to be a nightmare, especially if Eric Dyer is playing. He's going to be a nightmare. But hopefully Romero will stand up to him. I'll tell you that. But Antonio, he also plays a bit dirty at times. Antonio, he actually plays a bit dirty. He likes to give the keeper a bit of a nudge, and whatnot. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. The coaches. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. I think that's what I would do personally. That's what I would do personally, JC. That's what I would do personally. But again, if I were to give my thoughts on this match, I don't really think Liverpool deserved it. And I know the bias is coming through. I really don't think they did. I really don't think they did. Genuinely don't think they deserved it. I thought Liverpool, they started off strong. And even when you think about it, that goal that they have with Salah's deflection, quite lucky. While Atletico, both of their goals, I thought, were quite well deserved. In fact, they probably could have done a bit of a better finishing job. Really could have done a bit of a better finishing job, if you ask me. And Brain Sample saying, I'll be there. I'll see you Friday, my man. I'll see you Friday. And I'm looking forward to it. Especially we'll be talking about the wet spam and how we can break them down. We'll be able to talk about how we can hurt them. It's like I'm looking at the highlights of the RB Leipzig game. Looks like Messi got away with a penalty, and that's how even Mbappe scored. So Messi, that's pretty shocking. That's pretty shocking as well. Fantastic finish by Mbappe. But wow, everybody, just wow. What? I mean, 4-0 to Ajax as well. That is spectacular. How did it all finish out? 4-0 to Ajax, 1-0 to Porto over Milan. That is a huge upset. Huge. That is huge. Was it Taremi? It was Luis Diaz. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Inter Milan 3-1 over Sheriff. Edin Dzeko, Arturo Vidal, Stefan Bavrai, Sebastian Thiel for Sheriff. Interesting. Real Madrid 5-0. It looked like that's what it was about to go down. Vinicius Jr. with a brace, Rodrigo, as well as Kareem, Mercedes, Benzema with the goal as well. And then PSG Leipzig looked like, again, PSG and Leipzig. I didn't really see the game. I'll be happy to see the highlights for it. looked like maybe it was a bit of an even game by the looks of it. Maybe apart from possession, looked like a bit of an easy game. That's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating. But if anybody's any further comments, maybe to talk about it, I would just say I'm going to end it off here. Hopefully you've enjoyed this Champions League night with me. I'm going to probably play a bit of FIFA later with David. So feel free to tune into that on Twitch. Again, it's going to be Flat Cap Euro Talk for Twitch for a bit of FIFA tonight. Road to Glory, Road to Division 1, co-op seasons with David. And again, hopefully you enjoyed this Champions League watch along. Let me just go through the rest of the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Touching cloth for sure. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Ajax destroyed Dortmund. An absolutely stunning football across the board tonight. Completely agree. Dinner time, Jack. Great watch along. Big up at Spurs 72. Thank you for tuning in. Kane Longshot, great show as always, Jack. Catch you on the next stream. Big up, Kane Longshot. I really do appreciate you, my man. Honestly, all the support that you guys give David and I is absolutely incredible. Later chat. Big up Spurs 72. Also, thank you for saying also goodbye to the chat. The chat's been absolutely glorious tonight. Tottenham Tantrum saying, great as always. Really brilliant show, brother. Please, everyone, get your likes and subs and tell everyone about Jack. Actually, again, thank you, everybody. If you enjoy maybe a bit of that Spurs European content, if you enjoy, someone that is also an American Spurs fan, feel free to recommend me and feel free to, to share me across whatever platforms that you use, because I do appreciate all the support, for not only this channel, but as well as the Irish Hotspur. Feel free to recommend me over there. If you need somebody like Brain Sample, you need someone that's a Spurs fan that, needs a bit of that Spurs content, from various sources, feel free to do it over there. But again, Zanuska, big yourself up. Made the journey home so much better. No problem, Sanuska. Absolutely no problem. Thanks for the watch along, Jack. No, JC, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be seeing you later, Nick. I'll be seeing you later, Nick. We got to get that ramen soon. You got to get that ramen soon as well. And also maybe, let me know, Nick, if also the kiddos, need maybe a bit of ramen as well, because I'd be happy to make that $1 ramen recipe into a $14 ramen recipe for them. Feel free to let me know, Lazy. Big yourself up though as well. Big yourself up though as well. And also the Mixer, again, another Georgian here in the chat as well. Big yourself up, Mixer. Big yourself up. Thank you. Thank you. No, appreciate you. Appreciate all the love. Really appreciate all the love. David joined in late. Big yourself up, man. Big yourself up. I'm going to Seattle soon. Do you have any restaurant recommendations? What are you in the mood for, David? Because Seattle, it's very much known. I know you're of Korean descent, and as well as obviously in Southern California, you have fantastic Mexican food. I mean, you guys have fantastic Mexican food, so I don't really need to tell you about that. But I would say there's great Thai food. There's very good Thai food in Seattle, as well as very good Japanese food if you are into that. So do let me know. I would say, what comes to mind? There's one place near where I used to live, where I grew up in Seattle, in Capitol Hill, called Monsoon. It's like a kind of a hybrid Vietnamese kind of restaurant. If you're into that, it's very, very, very tasty. There's very good Vietnamese food also in Seattle. I would really recommend that. Obviously, there's a certain burger, kind of late night burger place called Dick's that's very, very popular there. I used to live right by it on Broadway. I would really recommend that, especially if you're out late, in kind of the Capitol Hill area. Would certainly head there. David, if you're of age as well, in the USA, I would head over to Liberty Bar. That's a place that was definitely my watering hole over there as well. Let's see. Again, lots of really good Japanese food and Asian food. So, I think honestly, to a degree, anything that you search and anything you find, I think would be great. But I would say Monsoon, if you can remember that. Dick's Hamburgers for maybe a bit of a cheaper night out. There is, if you do like, your Mexican food, if you do like your Latin American food, I'd recommend a place called Chuki's Tacos. Chuki's Tacos is absolutely glorious. It's absolutely fantastic. Let me think as well. There's also lots of really good ramen there, I would argue. There's a place called Itsukaya ramen that's absolutely fantastic. There's really good pho, though. If you like pho, I would say just you got to head there for the pho. There's Pho Tam Brothers. Just any of the pho that you get there is just unbelievable if you like pho. Yeah, I would just say any of the Asian food that you can find there is just unbelievable. Like, really is. I miss it actually a lot, especially pho. I really do miss the pho. And so I would head over for that. Let me see. I haven't been in Seattle in so long. It's actually horrible. I'm kind of, especially growing up there, I'm kind of missing all the places that I really would recommend. Especially during COVID, which is really sad. David, a lot of places kind of shut down, which is really, really sad. Pike Place Market, if you've never been, I would say it's not underrated. I know it may seem like a bit of a tourist trap, but it certainly is not. It's an unbelievable place to go. I really would head over to Pike Place Market. It's like really is incredible. I love it there. And head over. There's a donut stand, David. There's a donut stand that is unbelievable. Unbelievable donut stand. It's like fried donuts, fried right in front of you. It's absolutely glorious. I would check out that. What else? Geez, I don't know why I can't think of anything, but I guess I gave you three different options, but I know that I have a million more that I would recommend. And even a lot of my Seattle friends would absolutely kill me with how few I've given you. But I would start with those. And also, David, feel free to text me on Instagram or whatever, however you want to reach me, and we can find it that way. Definitely visiting Capitol Hill. Keep those in mind. Thanks, Chuck. Also playing my trip, so that I'm there for at least one Sounders playoff game. Excited about that. Yeah, the Sounders, I would say, are definitely a decent team to keep an eye on. Kind of weren't my favorite team, kind of, because they were a bit toxic. Because as a Spurs fan, David, they were kind of I don't know. I tried to, say things about Clint Dempsey, maybe they didn't want to hear, and things like that. Yeah, that just sometimes American fans can be a bit toxic, but I enjoy the Sounders. I'm not the biggest MLS fan, but I would say definitely the Sounders are a good crowd. Definitely a good crowd. Um, but again, I'll actually just text you recommendations I have, because for some reason on the top of my head, just can't come to it. But I would say cheap option, Dick's Hamburgers. Again, it's actually really, really rated. It's not a, it's just a sensational experience. It's like good kind of communal atmosphere as well. Like you get, kind of the old, kind of style hamburger, very quick as well. Like, prepared to order, kind of place, as well. So it's fantastic. You just order it right there, thrown right it to you, maybe how it used to be. And then I would really, if you do like, Vietnamese food, I would say just go to any Vietnamese place. It's just unbelievable. The pho there is unbelievable, unbelievable. Thai food there is also fantastic. Absolutely fantastic Thai food. Ooh, if you like, there is a place now. I'm starting to remember. They're starting to come to me now, David. If you like bubble tea and you like or boba tea, if you like boba tea and you like a bit of fried food as well, there's a place called Oasis, and it's in kind of our it's called kind of the Jackson area, Jackson Street area, kind of a Soto kind of area of Seattle. I would definitely check that out as well. Oasis is fantastic. Check out Oasis. Unbelievable, unbelievable. But I'll just text you. I'll text you them at David, and I promise to do it. Promise to do it, and hit me up there when you're there, so I can give you those fine recommendations. But everybody, I'm going to end it off because I am going to try to get a bit of FIFA in for later. Do please subscribe if you are new, as well as subscribe to the Irish Hotspur, because it felt like there are a bit of new faces. If you are a Spurs fan, head on over to the Irish Hotspur. Even if you're not a Spurs fan, you can find me over there plenty. And please, 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 big yourselves up for joining this live stream. Really been fantastic. Been good vibing out with you. And David, like I said, hit me up on Instagram. Hit me on Instagram. I'll be a bit better about responding to you. I'll be better responding to you, I promise, because I do want to give you the good Seattle recommendations. And especially if you are going to be in the Capitol Hill area, because that's where I grew up personally. So there you are, David, especially. But that'll be all for now. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to never miss another Champions League watch along like this one, even a weekend watch along, as well as also all the scout reports that we do here. But I'll be seeing you.